Here we go. Here we go. All right. 1 second here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hustlers, makers, and content creators, welcome to the only live stream on planet Earth dedicated to mobile content creators and mobile YouTubers. My name is Dean Nimmin, and today I'm answering your mobile creator questions and mobile YouTuber questions. If you do have a question, head down to the description underneath this live stream. I've got a link to a form down there. You're going to have to search for it. It says ask your question here. Drop your question in that form. It is first come, first serve. And we're not going to answer too many of them today because I'm going to be bringing on guests. I'm going to be bringing you on here. And more importantly, here's the thing. Today is the last live stream of 2019. It's the last live stream of the decade. It's the last time you and I are going to hang out together as a community. So I would love to pull you on. I would love to get you on here, talk about your plans for 2020, talk about whatever you're going to do with your channel, whatever you're going to do with your life. We're going to brainstorm and how you can get there. If you need that, we're going to make that happen. So I'm going to get some shout outs. Some people are coming into the stream right now. It's filling up. Little Hartling, how's it going? Doug Houston, YT, how's it going? Hyper Eve, yes, I am serious. Ghost Dog 54, how's it going? Happy New Year's to you and to everyone in the chat. Sweeney Dunstan, how's it going? Modern Day Tech, how are you doing? Little Hartling, I already saw you, Little Hartling. Yarns, Dragons, Creation, Tim Yancey, how's it going? Alex Cruz, Kings of Trying It, Cats Does, YT. Rob, how you doing, brother? Nice to see you. Hope you were doing well. First 1,000 hours. So how's everybody doing? Midnight Madness, 4x4, Cosmic W, Beanie Draws is in the house, Unbreakable Academy, Tony Jacobson. What's up, brother? Okay, so here's the thing. We're also going to talk about Star Wars today. We're going to talk about Star Wars. Yeah, I don't know if the syncing's off or if it's just me. Don't know. G. Michael Jr., how's it going? We're going to talk about Star Wars today, in addition to everything else. We're going to talk about The Mandalorian. So when we start talking about that and you don't want spoilers, you might want to tune out. That's going to be coming a little bit later, especially when Travis MCP comes on or Zach Talks Tech pops up in here. All Things Now, how you doing? When they come in, we are talking about that. Spoilers will ensue. So make sure you turn off if you don't want the spoilers. Until then, I'll be answering your question. I'll be hanging out. Happy New Year's. I love it. I can't believe it. 2019 just kind of blew past right now. That's insane. 2019. So what do you guys have? What are your goals for 2019? Let's start this off with some positive vibes. Go ahead and tell me what your goals are. It can be life goals. It can be channel goals. Type that into the chat right now. You can pick one thing. You can pick a couple of things, whatever you want. Type it into the chat right now. I know my goal for 2019, I got a couple of goals. I'm going to open my first course. Of course, blow up my YouTube channel even more. Going to do some more traveling with my girlfriend. So yeah, that's what I've got for 2019. Midnight Madness 4x4. Where you at here, Midnight Madness? There's a little bit of a delay coming in here. Midnight Madness says 2020 kick butt more on the track. I love it. Juicy Jeff's goal is, my goal is to hit 3K. LOL. Don't laugh, man. You got this. Focus, be strategic, make great content. You can definitely hit it. Zach Tech says, Streamyard host, nice for live streaming. Hey, Zach. Yeah, Streamyard's fantastic. You know, if you are new to live streaming and you want to really get into the talking head type of live streaming like this, where you just sit and talk to a camera, Streamyard is fantastic for that. It's really easy to use, really easy to figure out. And big high five for them for setting me up with all of this. I'm going to go through this. Tony Jacobson says, channel goals, 52 videos and 5,000 subscribers. Tony, you can absolutely make that happen, man. I am rooting for you. Video Central says, my goal is to hit 100 subs. You can definitely make that happen. Here's the thing, for all of you guys wanting to grow your channel, and you already have a handful of videos there, you're already getting some views coming in, here's what you need to do. Go into your analytics, look at the stuff that's working. Look at the videos that have brought you views. Look at the videos that have brought you a good amount of watch time. Look at the thumbnails that have the higher click-through rate, and make more thumbs that look like that. Make more videos of those sorts of topics, because that's what people are responding to. So focus on that. Roger Wakefield, travel to Texas. Yeah, I don't think I'll be going to Texas this year, but I will be going to California a couple times, probably to ClamorCon, definitely to Vid Summit again, definitely to VidCon, going to Power of Video, I think, in New York. I'm sure I'll do a layover in Texas, Roger. I'm sure I'll do a layover in Texas. I'd love to hang out with you in Texas, man. Run around the town. That would be fantastic. That would be awesome. Tony says, life goal is to get healthier, stronger, and younger. Tony, I got news for you, man. I don't think we're going to get any younger, but we got the rest. We got the rest. Hawkeye Station. I'm not Nick, brother. That's usually a bannable offense, but you know what? I'm having a good night. I'm in a good mood. So I love it. That's all right. I'll take it, man. I'm glad you're here. Stanley Orchard, how you doing, brother? Nice to see you in here. He says, heck yeah, come on down to Texas. Hashtag Texas represent. That's awesome, man. That's all right, man. It happens. All right. So I'm going to answer a couple questions. And then if somebody wants to come in, I would love to start pulling people in on the chat. You know, got to have a webcam, got to have your clothes on, and you need to be over the age of 18 if you're going to come on and talk. So Simon says, Farms. Hey, Aaron, how you doing, man? Nice to see you in here. I love it. Come to Indiana. Yeah, I need to do another nationwide tour. I haven't been like across the U.S. in quite some time. Yeah, clothes on, important. All right, where's Roger? I just saw Roger come in with his channel goal. It says channel goal is 100K subs, sponsors, and a digital course. I have to get back into the gym. Roger, first of all, congratulations. I just saw you hit 20,000 subscribers. Dude, you are absolutely on fire. I'll be shocked if you don't hit 100,000. I mean, you are definitely on course to hit 100,000. You're probably going to blow past it. I'm so proud of you, man. Sponsors are coming to digital course. Absolutely, man. Get on it. Ghost Dog says, what about pants? You know what? Pants are overrated. Ghost Dog. 50K is your goal. We're walking out to the barn. Hey, Josephine, how you doing? Says, I'm at your granny's in the Netherlands. Hey, Granny, how you doing? Strictly Aviation says, hey, D, can you tell me some video ideas that can attract views? Here's the thing, man. So I'm going to assume your niche is aviation, strictly aviation. Go to YouTube, go to Google, go to the search bar at the top and start typing in phrases that are relevant to your niche. Now, I don't know if you're about flying a plane, but aviation. So let's just say, theoretically, I'm going to learn how to fly a plane. So type that in. How to fly, and you're probably gonna get a bunch of stuff for drones. You can start to type in how to fly, and you're gonna see a drop down or whatever phrase you want that's relevant to your niche or niche, however you say it. Then you're gonna see a drop down. All of those suggestions are things that people are searching for, those full phrases. So look at those phrases, build videos around those topics. Easy little trick. Now, that doesn't guarantee that you're gonna get views. You still have to have your thumbnail on point. You can have the best topic in the world. You can have the best video in the world. But if your thumbnail isn't getting the clicks, no one is going to see your video. So you got to focus on the topics, get the right titles. You got to make great videos, but you got to get that click. So it starts with a thumbnail after you get your title together, after you get your topic together. So focus on all that stuff. See, thanks for all you and Nick teach us. Yeah, dude, you're the teacher becomes a student, or the student becomes a teacher. I almost had that back. No, I did have that backwards. The student becomes the teacher. I love it, man. I guess you missed the streams about the Bears, D. Probably. Lunakai TV, how you doing? Stanley Orchard says, no goal is too small. All channels grow differently. Yeah, that's the truth. Everybody grows at the same time. Danny Davies Vlogs, how you doing, sir? Joan McCullough says, I should hit 2,000 today. Boom. Happy early milestone for you, Joan. Goal is to hit 10,000 next year. You can definitely do that. All right, I'm going to hop over to the forum here because the questions are piling up. Coaster Fan 15 asked the first question. Says, can you do the ultimate video of gimbals, microphones, lenses, etc.? So truth be told, that's a ton to fit into one video, and it probably wouldn't do very well because, and I'm going to explain why, because this is important. If I did a huge mashup of videos, that's not how people search. That's not how people are really looking for stuff. If I made a video, here's the best gimbals, microphones, lenses, and it was like an hour-long video, probably wouldn't be very popular. But if I said, here's the best gimbals of 2020, that's going to get views. I'll probably make that video. Here's the best lenses for 2020. Here's the best microphones for your smartphone for 2020. I'll probably do something like that. I'm testing a bunch of new products right now, but in terms of like one ultimate video, that would be a huge flop for my channel. It's really tough to do it. You got to think in terms of how people are searching, how people are actually looking for content, and how your content's going to get suggested to people. right? So if you have a history and YouTube notices that you're looking for microphones for your phone, well, if I have a decent video that's getting, good clicks on the thumbnail, people are watching the video, there's a really good chance they're going to suggest my video to you on the best smartphone microphones of 2020. Patty Brassard, how's it going? Happy New Year to you. And Patty, congratulations on your success on TikTok. I think it's awesome that you're killing it over there. So proud of you. I absolutely love watching you guys move over to other platforms and just kicking. I should have age restricted this video or this live stream. Kicking butt over there on other platforms. Best microphone on Android for 2020 as a title made. Yeah, exactly. So I'll do a ton of research on something like that to see what's best for my channel and in terms of what they actually look for. Somebody might look for best microphone for Android 2020. I don't know. I'm going to have to look into that and see how that actually pans out for my channel. Roger Wakefield dropping the first super chat today. Roger, thank you, brother. Much appreciated. Looking forward to seeing you again, Roger. Stu Crompson, by the way, did you guys hear? Can you hear this? Because I'm using StreamYard right now, and I'm not sure if I've got the audio running correctly through the Stream Deck. Can you hear this? Can you hear that super chat? That audio clip there. Can you hear that? Let me know. Thumbs up, thumbs down, yes or no. Maybe. There's a little bit of nope, can't hear it. Oh, okay. So we don't have audio today. Let me see if I can fix that really quick. Again, Roger, thank you, man. Roger, happy holidays, happy New Year's to you and your entire family, man. You're gonna absolutely crush it in 2020. So excited for you. There's no audio other than my voice. Are you kidding me? All right, guys. So hang tight. You did not hear the super chat. Hang tight. I'm going to try to fix something here so we can have some sound effects. And I'm out of sync. Yeah, I can't control the sync thing. I don't know what's going on. I'm using StreamYard for this. It's browser based. It just kind of pulls me in and goes. So I do apologize for that. Josephine DeSmet says, my dad is watching the stream. Say hi. Josephine DeSmet's father, how's it going? You have a wonderful daughter. She's very talented. You should be very proud. Hope you didn't get her too much for Christmas. Oh. Zay Nation live, please. Sub goal. Good morning, sir or ma'am. Sorry. Zay Nation live, please. Sub goal 1000. So that's your entire title name. Whoa, that confused me. Thank you so much for the super chat. Much appreciated. Okay, the Artist Haven. D, when are you getting memberships? I just got them yesterday. Yesterday, they finally activated my memberships on my channel. So it's kind of a process. Once you get them, you have to set up the custom emojis. You have to set up the channel loyalty icons. You have to set up your tiers and all of that. Scully's House of Thrillers, how's it going? So it was just activated yesterday. I started going through the process today after the first of the year. Hopefully the next live stream, hopefully I'll have that up and running then. I want to do a lot of really cool things for you guys. One of the things that I want to do is, okay, here's the thing. There's a lot of people out there giving YouTube help. All right. Yeah, I can look at your channels. I can give you channel reviews on the surface. I can tell you some things and playlists and thumbnails, and I can look at your descriptions and that sort of thing. And that's going to be helpful to a degree. But what we normally don't do during a live stream for copyright issues, the reason we don't do this is because we don't want to pull your video into our live stream and then maybe you have a song on your video that you don't have the rights to. So you get a copyright hit or a strike or a claim, then we get a copyright strike or a claim. But in the membership, I'm going to do that. We're going to pull that on another channel, or we're going to pull that. Oh, and I just went out of focus. We're going to do that on another channel. I've been having focusing problems with this camera. What is going on? Come on, use the force. Why are you doing that to me? This happened last week. So anyway, yeah, I'm for the memberships, the channel memberships, when I activate that, what is going on with this camera? I'm going to be looking at your videos. I'm going to be helping you getting your production together. So if it's going to start with getting my own camera focus together, which is kind of funny. How weird is that? Why are you focusing on that? Hang on, guys. The focus force. That's so weird. Like I streamed for an entire year with this camera with no problem. What is going on here? Hey, Regina, how's it going? Guys, I'm having focus problems, and my camera's over here. Give me 1 second. I do apologize. I'm going to try to get this sorted. What are you doing? Let's hope that keeps it here. Nothing like coming in guns a-blazing on a platform you're not familiar with and having technical problems. So you may the force be with you. Yeah, right. Yeah, so here's the thing. I want to start looking at your videos, and I want to start helping you. So if you're just getting started on the platform, or maybe you're in an intermediate and you're thinking, hey, how can I make my videos better? How can I get my lighting better? How can I edit better? How can I be better at delivery? How can I be a better communicator? How does my video look? Do you think, right? I'm going to help you guys with that. That's something I'm really excited to do with my membership. Once I activate that next year, I'm really excited to do that because that's something I have a lot of experience with. I've worked in video production for 20 years before I actually started YouTube. So that's something I can really help you guys with. So yeah, fired up for that. So that's coming really, really soon. Josephine says, grandma and mom say hi as well. The whole family is there. Wow, the whole family is there. It happens. That's right. Hold on, let me get back to the thing over here. Grandma and mom says hello. Roger, I swear this is the first time it's happened. It's never happened to me. Oh, well, the questions that mattered. Kashina says, who's taller, you or Nick? Nick's actually taller than me. Nick is a really tall guy. He's got me beat by about 1 inch to 1.5 inches. And he's lankier too. So I'm a little bit thicker. I'm broader up here, but he's taller and thinner. All right, next question. Got to power through these questions. They are adding up. By the way, if I miss a super chat or anything, I do apologize. Mods will let me know. All right, next question here comes from Cats Does Stuff. It says, how do you know what your audience likes the best? Like without risking anything. Okay, this is easy. Go to YouTube, and everybody can do this right now. Go to YouTube, and if you're wondering, what does my audience like the best? There's a couple of different ways to find this metric. The easiest way to find it on the surface in terms of view count, go to your channel, and you can sort your videos by most popular. Right? Most popular is going to have the most views, and that's one indication of what your audience likes well. The second thing you can do is go into YouTube Studio, and you can look at your watch time, your audience retention report, and start looking at those numbers. If you find a video and it has, 65% audience retention, that's really good if the rest of your videos are 35% audience retention, right? Find the videos that have the highest audience retention, that have the least amount of drop-offs, because that video resonated, you held their attention longer, and you need to focus on more videos like that and present yourself the way that you did in that particular video. And also look at the thumbnails, look at the click-through rate, the CTR in your thumbnails, also available in YouTube Studio, and find the ones with the highest CTR and start paying attention to patterns. Say, okay, every time I do this, then this type of thumbnail gets a higher click-through rate. When I do this, when maybe my face is in it, or when my face is not in it, or when I use these colors, they tend to get clicked on more. Experiment. You have to test all this stuff, and you will find patterns if you do it enough. And by the way, Roger, your thumbnails are looking really good, man. I've been looking at your thumbnails lately. I love watching the progressions of everybody. Everybody's improving, and they're testing different things, and you're finding new methods that are working. I absolutely love it. Regina Show, how are you doing? I hope you were doing well. King of Trying It, can you ask questions here? You can, but I can't promise that I'm going to see them. That was it would have been a great opportunity to ask a question because I saw it. But here's what you do. Head down under in the description. I've got a link to a form. Click that. It's free. Drop your question in the form. It is first come, first serve. I'm going to accept a handful of more questions before I turn off the form. So that was your point, man. Or that was your time. You blew it. All right, next question from Video Central, who says, when is COPPA actually going to get released? January 1st. So show of hands, type in yes or no if you have marked all of your videos correctly for COPPA. COPPA's coming January 1st. It's just a couple days away. We don't know if they're actually going to drop the guillotine on January 1st, but that's when it actually takes effect. So they could drop the guillotine on January 1st. But my opinion on this, yeah, type in yes. There we go. Let's see it. Let's see it. Yes, 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 yes. There you go. I love seeing this. You guys are on top of it. Of course you are. TJ Israel, how's it going? Dysfunctional life? Yes. Outback Outlaw. Wow. Thank you so much. I'll pull this up on screen once it comes onto my other screen here. There you go. Appreciate that. 30 says, have you watched your content? Oh, I have watched your content for a long time now. I appreciate it, man. Or appreciate it, mate. Thank you. Hey, I appreciate that you watch the content. I appreciate that you find it valuable, that you find it helpful. You know, when I first started my YouTube journey, I was just thinking, you know, I'll just do some tutorials. Nick was already doing really well. You know, for those of you who don't know Nick is my brother. He was doing very well on YouTube already. And I said, yeah, you know what? I'll just make just some tutorials. I'm really into phones and apps and tinkering with those things. I can teach people how to do this. I'll make some videos, see how they do. And then the transformation that happened, what I wasn't prepared for is when I started to get comments when people would say, hey, you know, I wasn't going to start a YouTube channel, but I watched this video and then that video, and it inspired me and gave me the confidence that I could start my channel with a phone. So I did. So now I have a YouTube channel. Then that started happening a lot. And then people started sending me, hey, I made this thumbnail because of your tutorial, or I made this video because of your video. And then, yeah, like that started compounding. And then it sort of changed my perspective of what I was doing on the platform. And I never thought in a million years that I would be a teacher, that I would be any sort of a teacher. Motivation Theory. Hey, John, how you doing? Good morning. Good night. Yes, it's nighttime over here. I never thought I'd be a teacher in a million years. I hated school with a passion. Man, I hated it. And if you would have told me back then, hey, you're going to teach people one of these days, I'd be like, nope, not going to happen. Not me. But it did. But it did. Look, it's right here. I do all my videos on iPhone Max, and that was because of you, right? Like, to me, that's heavy. That's humbling to me. Right? Like, that's, if I can give somebody confidence to like get going, to get started, you know, my channel, and I've said this before, my channel on the surface is, you know, I want to help mobile content creators. I want to help mobile YouTubers. Hey, let me show you how to do stuff with your phone. Right? But under the surface, my channel is about, I'm trying to just encourage people to start making videos more than anything. You'll notice that I don't do anything that's too advanced on my channel, because I find that the more advanced you get, I mean, there's people that do that. There's a lot of great channels. I made a video of 5 mobile YouTubers that you should follow. Like, those guys are advanced. Those guys are advanced. And that's just not what I do, because I just want to get you guys started. Get started with your phone. Let me give you the basics. Let me show you how to do XYZ with your phone. Then you can upgrade. You can eventually get a camera, whatever you want. But I want to encourage you to get started, give you the confidence to get started. So that's kind of how my channel is based. Kings are trying it. Thank you so much for the super chat. Streamlabs worked on mobile to stream on YouTube, and now it doesn't work. It only works a blank screen and the Streamlabs logo. Do you know a way around it, sir? Okay, here's the thing with Streamlabs. I normally stream with Streamlabs. We usually do Niman Live with Streamlabs. Okay, I'm sorry, mobile. Worked on mobile. Okay, so if you're struggling with Streamlabs mobile, Doug Houston, if you're in the channel, or if you're in the chat right now, you can go ahead and drop a link to one of your videos if you know what he's talking about. Doug, King of Trying It, Doug has a couple of videos that are troubleshooting Streamlabs mobile and how to fix them. Apparently their mobile app is having a ton of problems. I'm getting a lot of complaints, but I haven't dug into it yet. But Doug Houston, if he's still in here, he's digging into it. And if he doesn't post a link, head over to his channel, Doug Houston YT, and watch. I think he has 2 or 3 Streamlabs videos where he helps you figure out those problems with Streamlabs. But yeah, lots of problems with that app. There he is. He sounds like he might be on the Android side. Not sure. Could be the same problem though. One thing I would recommend, King of Trying It, if Streamlab isn't working for you, try something else. Try Prism Live Studio. Try Omelet Arcade. Try Mobizen Live. There are other options out there. Try them. Streamlabs full of bugs. Adam's Exploits. How's it going? Houston, we have a problem. That's right. All right, moving on to the next question in the forum. Mr. Harm, who says, what's your channel? Okay. He says, how do I get the KineMaster APK on iOS? All right, here's the thing. You don't get the KineMaster APK on iOS. If you're, when you say APK, I'm assuming that you mean that you want to get the free version of KineMaster. Don't do that. You don't want to do that. And here's the thing. You don't want to do that. You don't want to get the cracked apps, Because what happens when people crack the apps, two things happen. One, a lot of times people who are cracking the apps, they're putting malware inside of the apps. And when you've got that malware, you're risking the security of your phone, your passwords, your account security, everything. People are getting hacked left and right. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Gmail, they're getting hacked, and a lot of it's coming from cracked apps. The second thing is, especially with the video editing app, okay, so long story short, there's a chip inside of your phone. When you have a app like KineMaster, PowerDirector, LumaFusion, the amount of layers that you can build up in videos is based on the type of chip you have on your phone. If your chip is not strong enough to support all the layers, the app knows that based on your phone, based on your device, and it will limit the amount of layers to what your chip can support. When they crack the app, they remove this layer, they remove this boundary. And then what happens is your chip can overheat and your phone can literally catch on fire. No joke. Your phone can literally catch on fire. So that's not something that you want to do, because you can screw things up that way. Now, go to the Apple store, type in KineMaster, download it. I mean, it's going to come with a watermark if you don't want to pay for it, but you know, you don't burn your phone up. But here's something else. If you don't want a watermark, and I'm going to drop a link into the chat right now. If you don't want a watermark, and where's it at? If you don't want a watermark and you're an iOS device and you want a really powerful app for editing, I'm dropping a link in the chat right now. The app is called Video Leap. There's no watermark, right? Now, they do have a paid version. It has some higher features, but you can completely make your YouTube videos, multiple layers, great sound effects, awesome transitions, awesome filters. I actually have some videos coming on it really soon. Download that, put it in, iOS users, then you don't have to worry about it. It's free, and you're not going to burn up your phone. You don't have to risk your security of your phone. So yeah, Video Leap is a name. That's the link that I just dropped into the chat. Blue Eyed Tech, how's it going? All right, so Ryan A. Raymond, thank you so much for the super chat. Much appreciated. Thanks for what you do. Your channel got me inspired to set up live streaming using my iPhone and OBS. Boom. Awesome, man. Closing in on 3,000 subs. Thanks, and looking forward to your value in 2020. Ryan, brother, man, I love to hear that. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Joan, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, D, how are you using StreamYard with Stream Deck? Does it allow multiple inputs now? Thanks. Joan, I'm glad you asked that question. Here's the thing. I'm not using it with Stream Deck. Right now, I'm just using StreamYard just default, right? I opened it up and I just put the TubeBuddy logo up here in the corner. By the way, today's show is brought to you by TubeBuddy, #1 browser plugin and growth app for YouTubers. Links down below for TubeBuddy. If you do not have TubeBuddy installed, it will help you get your titles and keywords and all that good stuff together. Dr. Stan, how's it going, sir? Happy holidays to you and your significant other. Hi, Pam. So yeah, Joan, I'm not using Stream Deck, and I'm not sure if you can. I haven't even tried. As far as I know, you cannot. I was actually trying to add my sound effects, and that wasn't coming out yet. Hold on here. Adam's Exploits. And by the way, Joan, I'm going to be doing some videos on a different channel, I think, next year, talking about things like StreamYard, talking about things like Streamlabs and how to use Stream Deck and how to set all this stuff up. Credit Fast, glad to see you. So, Joan, yeah, when I do that, if I can figure out a way to make it happen, I'll do that. But as far as I know, it does not work with Stream Deck. Adam's Exploit says, I hate these subscription-based apps that have free trials. I can't find a decent graphics app to make free thumbnails, YouTube banners, etc. I was using Poster Wall for like 3 months. Now watermarks. Adam's Exploit. No watermarks. Free. You can use PixArt. You can use Pixel Lab if you're on Android, or you can use Canva. Here's the thing about PixArt. They're going to pop up a bunch of ads on you. It's going to look like you got to look, whoa, I had no choice but to pay. Look up in one of the corners. They're going to have a tiny little X for you to close that ad down. It's a brilliant ad, but I've never paid for PixArt. It's a legit install, and you can use it for free. TMM Network. What is the best mobile editing app? It really depends on what you're trying to do, but here are my favorites right now. My favorite for iOS, I've become hooked on Video Leap. I wasn't aware of Video Leap for a long time. I heard the name, and then I met the team over there. We started talking about some things that we could do together. They're like, here's the app, try it. And then I started spending a lot of time with it. And you're going to see, I've got a handful of videos starting January on Video Leap. You're going to be blown away by the stuff that you can do on Video Leap. So iOS, Video Leap. iPad, Video Leap is also amazing, but iPad, I also like LumaFusion. Man, I'm really loving Video Leap, and you're going to see why in my videos. On Android, I got to go KineMaster. I love KineMaster on Android. I just missed some questions here. Hold on here. Dr. Stan, man, so glad to see you in here. Dr. Stan, I'm looking forward to see what you do in 2020. I wouldn't be surprised if you crushed 1 million. All right, I'm going through the chat right now. Credit Fast, D inspired me to live stream too, learning how to use it on the software now. So here's the thing. I want to pull some of you guys in. Who wants to come in live? Who wants to come on the live stream right now and talk? That's the goal, 1 million. Dr. Stan, I think you're going to hit it, man. You're on, just on fire. Absolutely on fire. I love it. Who wants to come on? We're actually going to start pulling people in. We'll talk to you guys. Let's talk about what's going on with YouTube. Hit my first 100. Beanie Draws says he thinks he's set up. Okay. Hang on, Beanie Draws. So Beanie Draws, I'm going to send you a link in Twitter. Oh, you're not sure if your battery's good. Okay. Hang on then, Beanie. Let's see where you at, Beanie. Hold on. I'm going to send it to you, Beanie. You can come in for a little bit. All right. Jump back into the chat here. Cosmic W says, I love using Pixel Lab. Yeah, so if you have an Android user, or if you are an Android user, Pixel Lab, fantastic. Totally free. You can make a channel art. You can make your thumbnails. No hassle. iOS users, PixArt, Canva. There's a lot of good stuff out there that's still totally free. PixArt is great for making thumbnails. Adobe Spark Post is pretty good. I always forget about Spark Post. Roger, you're in for it. Okay, Roger, brother, I would love to have you on. Listen, Roger, I'm going to send you a tweet right now. I'm going to send you a DM, Roger. I'm sending it to Roger Wakefield, lead AP, or _ Roger Wakefield. I'm sending you a link. Tap on that link, Roger, and you'll come right in. Yeah, I would love to talk about what's going on with your channel, Roger. Hold on here, ladies and gentlemen. Apple, who says, what should do for making video? You should make videos that you want to make. Make videos that you want to make. Make videos that you're excited about. Make videos that you're knowledgeable about. Make videos that you can help people with. I can't stress enough. And I know some of you in here are gamers. And by the way, if you're a gamer, go ahead and represent like you always do. Just type in gamer into the chat right now. Let's see how many gamers do we have in here. But I also know that we have people in here who are just providing massive amounts of value. Dr. Sten is one of those people who's in here right now. This guy right here in the chat, Dr. Sten Eckberg. This guy is providing insane amounts of value. And here's the thing. If you're struggling on the platform, and you're thinking, and this doesn't really, kind of applies to gamers in terms of entertainment, but like if you're struggling on the platform and you're thinking, man, I just can't get a break. I just can't get noticed. I can't get the ball rolling. I can't build that momentum. You really have to hard look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, am I providing value to people? Is my content valuable or not? Right? Like if you're just grabbing your phone, and by the way, this is fine if you want to do that, but if your goal is growth, if your goal is you want to make a living at YouTube, if your goal is to reach a certain milestone, right? If you're just grabbing your phone and hey, I'm just filming my kids, we're at the park today, right? That's no real value to anybody. It's value to your family, and that's cool. If you want to use YouTube as cloud storage, you can definitely do that. But it's not really adding value to anyone's life. So if you can make someone laugh, if you can entertain them, if you can educate them, if you can help them solve their problems, if you can make their life easier. Roger, the expert plumber, when he comes in here, make sure I sent him the right link. I hope I did, Roger. Right? Roger, the expert plumber, who's going to come in here. He's all about it, right? He's a plumber. Wrap your head around this for a second. And then you got Paul Peck drywall tube, right? Paul Peck hangs drywall. And I think he's creeping on 80,000 or 85,000 subscribers. He's pushing on 100,000 subscribers. He hangs drywall. Roger, the expert plumber, he's going to come on here. Eric, wait, how's it going? He's a plumber. He just hit 20,000 subscribers. He spoke on a panel at VidCon for LinkedIn. He was just voted one of the, I forget what the exact title was, one of the most influential people to follow on LinkedIn. The guy's a plumber. Value, right? Value. So you just got to think, hey, am I providing value? Is my content worth something? Am I making people laugh? Am I solving a problem? Am I entertaining them? And gamers, this is where you come in. You have to think about, as a gamer, there are a million gamers on the platform, millions of gamers. Why should someone watch you as a gamer? Hey, watch me play a game. Why should I watch you play a game? I can watch millions of people play a game. I can watch people play games who are better than you are. So you have to think, okay, what can I do? Can I entertain people? Can I make them laugh? Can I teach them how to beat the game? Can I teach them how to beat the characters? Can I educate them on the characters? Can I help them with the maps, right? There's things that you can do to add value. But if you're just saying, watch me play, and you're just leaving it at that, that's why you're losing. That's why you are not growing on the platform. Now, if you just want to play games, that's cool. Play your games, man. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Don Moody, how's it going, sir? I hope you had a very, very happy Christmas. Happy holidays, whatever you celebrate. And I hope you have an awesome new year. I hope you have a great 2020. Don Moody, hope you're doing well, sir. But you got to think about, why would somebody watch me play a game? Now, if you're a great gamer, you can competitively play games and you can just beat people. That's value. People will watch you dominate because you're good. What about the farmer? Okay, yeah, so we have a farmer in here. Where's he at? Simon, Aaron, are you still in here? So we have a farmer in here. Simon Farms. They're a farmer. They have, you're just going to have to go over to his channel. If he's still in here, he has live streams with goats in his barn and they sell products. They have an amazing community over there. They're farmers, right? It's value. Roger, I sent you a link on Twitter, brother. Ooh, look at this. Living with Cambria just hit 40,000. So excited. I've been doing this for about a year and a half. Wow. Congratulations. Can we get hashtag congratulations for living with Cambria? I'm going to write that in myself. Congrats. Congrats. There we go. Look at that. Just hit 40K. So excited. A year and a half. That's fast. Way to go. TNS Vlogs, how's it going? Winning Wheels Motorsports. D, are we able to live chat with your invites? Yes, you are. If you're over the age of 18, which I hope you are, if you are doing Winning Wheels Motorsports and you're at least you're wearing a shirt, I don't care if you have pants on or not, you got to at least have a shirt on. You need to be over the age of 18. And I'll be pulling people in here in just a bit. Do you follow me on Twitter? Because the way I'm going to be doing this is I'm going to be sending out links through Twitter DM. So send me make sure you can send me a DM on Twitter and go ahead and do that right now. By the way, if anybody wants to come on and live stream with me, I can pull up to 3 people in at a time. And we're not going to bring you guys in for a really long time because I want to bring a lot of people on. This is the end of the year stream. TNS Vlogs, Happy New Year. I want to bring in a lot of people. So, maybe we'll come on just a couple minutes, maybe 5 minutes, talk about what you've got going on, promote your channel. I usually don't, I'm usually like, yeah, no spamming, but you know what? I love you guys. Like, you guys have been amazing for me this year. So I want to give back. Roger's on. We're going to pull Roger on first. There he is. Roger.
How we doing?
Hey, brother. How's it going?
Going very well.
Man, how you doing, brother? So glad to see you.
This is a great way to spend a Sunday morning.
Right? What time is it there in Texas?
Actually, it is 9:57 in the morning.
Rise and shine. So, Roger,
beautiful day.
So first of all, let's talk about two things. One, congratulations on hitting 20,000 subscribers.
Thank you, sir. That's kind of cool.
That's kind of cool. That's amazing. I was just talking about, you're a plumber. I was talking about adding value. Like, your secret to growth is what?
The secret to growth is try to get better every single time. Every video we make, and you and I have talked about this, 1% better on every video. You're not going to start out perfect. You're not going to, if your first video is perfect, quit right there because it's never going to get any better. and man, that's it. Get started. Do it.
Right. But you're growing fast, though.
We're studying our analytics. And I go back to, and this is what you and Nick teach all the time. Look at your numbers. Look at your view rate. Look at your CTR. When are people dropping off? What's bringing them in? And look at what you're doing best and keep trying to do it.
Yeah, there you go. So 20,000, man.
That's crazy.
Dude, when I met you, I think you were just over 100.
It's funny. I tell people when I went to Vid Summit last year, which is where I met you, I was out. Remember the girl that does the husky dogs? I always forget her name.
Yes.
I was out in the plaza talking, and the guy with her, and I know they're together, and he's a great guy. And I feel bad that I always forget their names, but he looks at me and says, "So how many subs do you have?" And actually, I think Dan Norton was standing there.
Oh,
and I said 117. And Dan's like, "Wow, 117,000 subscribers for a plumber. That's great." I said, no, 117 subscribers.
Yeah, but look now. I mean, it's okay. Tell me what happened with LinkedIn just now.
It's crazy. Which you saw where I got to speak at VidCon, and
yep.
I was in Eastern Kentucky on a youth mission trip with the church. And I literally got a message from LinkedIn that said, "Hey, would you speak at VidCon? Would you be interested in being on a panel?" And I'd heard of VidCon, but I thought it was just all kids. So I contacted Jeremy Vess. I said, "Jeremy, look, I just got asked to speak at VidCon. Would you do it?" He said, "Absolutely." So I contacted VidCon. I went and did it, and it was crazy. But just the other day, a group called Viral Nation listed me as one of the top 15 most influential people or people to follow on LinkedIn because of the things that we're doing over there.
One of the top 15 on the entire platform.
That's, when you look at it and you see that they've got Richard Branson, Bill Gates, Mr. Wonderful, Simon Sinek. It's like, okay, y'all, do y'all realize I'm a plumber?
But that's amazing. Julie, Happy New Year to you. I see your lovely wife is in here, Roger.
She, I tell you what, she is more than my wife, D. She's the one that, I mean, she helps make it all happen. You talk about the things that you and your girlfriend do all the time. Man, Julie's my support system. She literally makes everything happen.
What is it they say that the behind every great man's a great woman? Holding us up and keeping us in line.
And she does. She does a good job at it.
Oh, man. Yeah, she's amazing. So, Roger, let's talk about your goals to 2020. Where are you going? What's your plan?
The funny thing is, Dave, when this year started, I had a goal of hitting 10,000.
Right.
And I thought, I don't know that I'll make it, but I want to set a goal that I think is at least achievable. And we hit 10,000 about 4 months ago. And I was like, man, this is just crazy. And actually, it wasn't that. I think it was like 3 months ago, to be honest. Right. And it's been wild. But our goal for next year is to be at 100,000 by the end of the year. Man,
you're going to do it.
We think
you're going to do it. Are you speaking anywhere this coming year? Do you have anything locked down yet?
The only really things that I have locked down is, and these are really neat ones for me. PHCC is an organization that they're all about plumbing and HVAC people. They've reached out to me and asked me if I would speak at an event that they're doing. And I've got a couple of other things in the works. So yeah, it looked like this could be a good year.
Man, I want to get you on stage at Vid Summit. I think you should be there next year.
Yeah, I would love to. I'm actually doing Daryl's got a little class going on right now that Will and I are going through, and that's a ton of fun.
Mhm.
It's learning to look at it from a different way. You know, Jeremy's coached me for the last year, and Jeremy's been phenomenal for me.
Right. Jeremy's brilliant.
Man, I tell you what, the guy he is. He sees it probably clearer and different than most anybody that I've met. But it's funny, I met him. I've met him before, but really talked to him at Vid Summit where you were at, and man, that part was crazy because he's like, "Hey, look, I live just a few miles north of you. If you ever want to talk, let's talk." That part made it nice.
Yeah, and then you're off and running.
So what about you? What are your goals? And I know the numbers have got to be crazy. And I don't know if Nick's done that yet this year. But what are y'all's goals? Because I tell you what, I come in here very often. Y'all have helped get me and so many other people to where we're at. And I love sitting back and listening to y'all's goals because I look at you and it's like, look, I want to be D when I grow up. So it's really pretty cool.
Well, to be me when you grow up means you're never growing up.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm just a big man boy.
I get it. If I ever grow up, I'm in trouble.
Well, yeah, my goal, I've got my first course coming next year. Been working on my first course, teaching people how to make content with their phone. The entire, going a lot deeper than I can do on a 6-minute video. In depth, from lighting to microphones to how to connect to it with your audience, the whole kit and caboodle. My first course. Obviously, more speaking events. I'm working on an app. There's an app that's going to be coming out that's going to be fantastic for mobile creators. And I'm also working with a couple other app companies trying to help them get their apps in order to help mobile creators as well. So that's what I've got going on. I'm really pushing hard. Anytime I get a chance to work with an app company, I'm really trying to help them kind of mold their app to make it better, make it easier, make it more YouTube friendly, make it more social media post friendly, so mobile creators can grab their phone and just start making content. I want to encourage more people to make content, whatever platform, it doesn't even matter.
So what other platforms are you looking at? Where all are you right now? Because I know I see you on Twitter and different places, but where else?
I'm obviously YouTube is my, is ground zero for me. Absolutely. And I'm the most active on Twitter, but I agree with Gary V. I think Twitter is just kind of like the workroom water bottle, or what is it? The water cooler. Yeah. So it's that. I'm gonna be moving into TikTok. I know Patty Broussard in here. She's absolutely crushing it on TikTok right now. Gonna be moving into TikTok. I occasionally post stuff on Instagram, but I have a plan to kind of get that ramped up too. I have more brands reaching out. And what I'm finding is that brands are really interested in more than YouTube. They want YouTube, but they're always asking, what other platforms can you put us on? Where else can you expose us? So I'm thinking, okay, I got to be there. I've got to be on these other platforms, especially, platforms where I can teach people about apps and teach people how to make stuff with their phone accessories, that sort of thing. That's where I'm at, man.
And we're doing a lot like you. One of my deals is the sponsorship, one of my goals. And we're talking to a couple of the biggest plumbing supply companies in the world. We're talking to different product manufacturers that we already use. So what we're looking at is, and it's funny because I'm flying to LA this week. I've got a company out there that's interested in buying my plumbing company in Dallas.
Oh, you're selling the company. Focusing on
it's time to focus on social media.
Roger, what a transition. If somebody would have told you 4 years ago, Roger, you're going to sell your company and you're going to focus on social media, what would you have said?
I'd have told them that it was hilarious. I remember I started this a year and 9 months ago. So this is where we're at, not even in 2 full years. And it's funny because, and I want to hear too in a minute about where you're planning on speaking this year or what you've already got going on. But I told Michael Stelzner at the Vid Summit that I met you, he was walking through the lobby area and I stopped him and I thought, man, I'm just going to tell him, hey, look, thank you for what you do. You've literally changed my life. And I think Michael Stelzner and I stood there and talked for about 30 minutes. And I literally explained to him about walking into Daryl Eves' session, walking into Pete Vargas's workshop, seeing Sean Cannell, seeing the different people that I was there. And literally when I went there, I went to learn social media for my company. But as you know, when I got there, I was like, oh my God, I'm the only plumber here. I can change the world. And that's what we've been trying to do.
Yeah, you're definitely doing it. I think it's amazing. And I use you as a frame of reference all the time for one, add value. And two, if a plumber can do it, right?
You heard me say that at VidCon.
Right? If a plumber can do it, literally anyone can do it. Roger, I also forgot to add, I got a podcast coming as well. Got a podcast.
And I want to talk to you more about that because that's something that I'm working on. Will and Grayson, I had them actually work on I'm going to call it a thumbnail because I don't know any better. Maybe an album cover. Okay. But they're working on that. So that's something that I've got going too. And it's something I'm completely having to learn because I know nothing about it. Okay. So it's really interesting.
Roger, do you know Dusty Porter?
Dusty Porter, no.
Okay, yeah. I need to put you in contact with Dusty Porter. He runs a pretty large, and Mike Stelzner too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's killing it for a podcast. But yeah, Dusty. Dusty's a really, really helpful guy. I know he helped Nick with getting his podcast up and running and that sort of thing. Nick's got his podcast up and running too, so I'm sure Nick would love to. If you want to hop on a call with Nick or something, just reach out, man.
Cool.
Yeah, either Dusty or Nick. I mean, those guys can help you get going.
That's fantastic. And I actually came in today to work on the studio. We just built a new computer for the studio. Right. We are going. I saw Live Streaming Pros, David, do a deal on how to hook up your Canon M50.
Yep.
So great video. There's a lot of things we're working on. We're trying to improve a little at a time. 1%
at a time.
Absolutely.
All right, Roger, I'm going to pull some more people in here. So I'm mowing through. I'm mowing through y'all today, trying to pull as many people in to round off 2019. Brother, listen, I wish you and your family the absolute best health, love, and success for 2020. I know you guys are going to absolutely crush it, and I'm looking forward to seeing you again whenever I see you.
We will see each other soon. We'll definitely see each other at Social Media Marketing World.
Yes. Right. See you there, brother. Have a good one.
Thank you. Happy New Year, brother.
Happy New Year. Cheers.
Bye.
All righty. Who do we got here? See how to pull you guys in. Roger, I got to figure out how to take you out. Hold on. I'm bringing in two right now, so hang on, gentlemen. Boom, look at that.
Superchat.
What do we got? Hey, Travis, man. MCP, and Beanie Draws. Gentlemen, how you doing?
Is my mic working okay?
Your mic's working fine.
Excellent.
Real quick, I need to answer a question. Tier Talk, thank you for the super chat. Says, is the YouTube Creator app off with the sub count? Yes, apparently some people are having a lot of problems right now with YouTube analytics. A little bit all over the place. Plus, there was a purge over Christmas. So if you're having problems, that would be it. That would be why. So that would be it. So, guys, Beanie, quick.
Yep.
What are your goals? 2020 channel goals.
Consistency, and I actually want to get back onto Instagram of doing a drawing a day. I did that like in 2015, and it was tiring. So 2016, I gave it a break, and now I'm like, I kind of want to get back into doing that.
Yeah, right on. Travis, I know you are taking the world by storm right now on stream. How's this Amazon streaming doing? First of all,
it's doing pretty good. I'm enjoying kind of being somewhere different,
right?
Somewhere where people would normally think of streaming, and they're trying to do something different over there. So it's cool to, like, I think, I remember who said it. It's like, be where the people are. I think it was Andrew, actually. Andrew's always throwing out them nuggets of knowledge.
Yeah.
Be where the people are. You don't have to try. And I think about this a lot when you talk about promoting like yourself and stuff. It's not so much about like bringing people from Instagram over to YouTube. It's going to where those people are and meeting them there, Facebook or wherever the case may be.
Yeah. Are you streaming on Facebook too?
So I was using, by the way, I only have a couple minutes, but I wanted
to. Okay, that's cool. All right. Yeah.
I used Restream a couple times during my live streams, and I was putting it on Facebook and everywhere. And it just was having these weird, like, glitchy things. So I pulled off of that until I could figure out why that is. But I literally was like streaming on Twitter and Twitter and YouTube and Facebook and Mixer, like everything at the same time.
Right.
But yeah, I wanted to be where people were so that I didn't have to say, hey, come over to YouTube, because, if you go to Facebook, you're on Facebook for a reason. Otherwise you'd be on YouTube, or if you're on Twitter, you're on Twitter. You don't really want to be pulled somewhere else. So,
right. So where have you landed then? So if you pulled away from Restream, you're focusing where? YouTube and Amazon?
So when I do simulcasting, I want to do at least Twitter and YouTube at the same time, and then I want to get back into. I want to get Restream again to get to the 5 or 6 places at one time. I just really want to be everywhere. I want to use the most amount for every single time I stream. You know, like if I stream anyway, I'd rather just be everywhere. So
yeah,
big deal.
Now, do you have anybody helping you when you stream, or you're flying solo like I do?
Me, bro.
I'm talking about
as big as Nick, where he has you.
Right. I can clone myself and send one over to you, but it's expensive.
I'd be in for that.
So listen, if you only have a few minutes, I'm not going to keep you then, but okay, Star Wars, let's talk about it quickly.
Yeah, I literally watched it a second time last night.
Yeah.
I wanted to be prepared for the podcast that we're going to do about it. We're going to invite all the people that have a say. Obviously, you're one of them. I think we're going to try to, hey, Brandon,
What's up, Brandon?
Rico. See, I'm looking at Brandon. Sorry. We're probably going to have Roberto, but we're going to have a time limit on him. We love Roberto, but
the Roberto timer.
Roberto timer. And then of course me and Greg and maybe one other person. And I watched the second time, and again I'm like, it's fine. Like, what's the problem? I'm not going to spoil anything, so don't worry about that, everyone in the chat. Not going to spoil.
We can spoil it. We can let everybody know right now. There's going to be spoilers.
Oh, okay.
You want to talk about it briefly?
Sure. Yeah.
All right, lady. All right. So here's the thing. If you have not seen Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker yet, we're gonna drop some spoilers here. Maybe spoilers. So if you don't want to get spoiled, now would be a time to tune out and come back in about 10 minutes or whatever.
Yeah.
Or whatever. All right. Let's talk about this. or you guys listen. You can just
have to worry about spoilers.
All right. So first of all, there's a lot of weird things that took place.
I mean, every Star Wars movie, though. Let's be honest.
Yeah. All right. So here's my question to you. I have a couple of questions. My biggest one is, so when Rey dies,
yes,
why didn't she turn into a Force ghost? Because when Kylo died, he instantly turned into a Force ghost.
Yeah. So I have a lot of there's thoughts about that. First of all, that reversal of first of all, the whole kiss thing was like, okay, why do we always have to do that in Star Wars? Why do we have quick romance? We don't need that. We don't need everything. But that's what I was when I tweeted the day after I saw it. I was tweeting the reversal card from Uno. That's what it felt like. It's like, nope, you die.
Nope, that's you. Right.
You could argue that hers weren't as. I mean, you could argue that he was definitely more injured because he was like, hobbling over there and everything. But I don't know. I got to be honest. There's no there's not a rational reason for a couple of things. But again, I can spread that across all the Star Wars, like every single Star Wars movie. You could say something silly about even some of the best ones. Like, for example, George Lucas always knew that that Leia and Luke were brother and sister. Spoiler alert. But they kissed anyway. So it's like, well,
yeah.
Okay, that was that was in one of the best movies, and all of a sudden that's not a strange thing. Okay, come on.
Right.
But yeah,
what about so did you have a moment where it caught you in the feels where you're just like, oh, you're little teary-eyed? Did you have a moment?
They had so many opportunities for that and then ruined it. The Chewbacca thing.
Chewbacca, yes.
If you're gonna keep him alive, spread it out longer. So going into the second time, I was like, okay, how long would it actually before I found out? I watched the movie last night and I went into it with certain okay, I'm going to pay attention really close to these moments. It was really quick. It was like 2 scenes difference from you think he's gone to you see him, oh, they found him and he's in chains. Like, come on. No, that's way too quick.
Right.
I think so. I didn't dig that. The feels moment, there were shocking moments. Like that was a shocking moment. The Chewie thing. I watched the guy next to me when the Chewie thing happened.
That's exactly what I did. I was like, oh,
yeah. So, wouldn't it have been more cool though if I was thinking this as I was watching? I go, wouldn't this be kind of cooler? Of course, no one's going to be happy with any kind of story mode you come up with. But what if?
Right.
What if the entire thing? This was an origin story of how Rey became the new Sith leader.
That would be awesome.
She, in order for her to save her friends, she had to go with the Emperor, and then she became that. And then now the next trilogy or the next whatever it's going to be would have to take her out.
I was rooting for that when it showed the trailer when she had the floating lightsaber. I was like please make her a Sith.
100%.
Please.
Yes.
Please put her on the throne. Yes.
And then I didn't even really, it was like a 30-second interaction with this thing and then never again. And it's like,
yeah,
that would have been cooler. That would have been.
You know what? Even if it was temporary, even if she sat on the throne to save her friends, and then maybe she was on the throne for a while, she killed the emperor, and then maybe Kylo came out and like pulled her back from love or something crazy, right? Just give me 15 minutes of her just like sitting on the throne, full Sith.
Dude, I mean, it would have been. So I think the one thing that I've seen criticized is like that it could have tried to do like too much fan service, which by the way is like very much like the YouTube rewind. It's like, okay, you guys didn't like this, so we're gonna give you things that we know for a fact you like. Nope, you don't like that either. Which is kind of what this movie was. It's like, okay, we know you guys didn't like the last one, or at least some people didn't. I liked all of them. I don't care. But let's give you some fan service. Nope, you don't like fan service. You don't like to be things that you like. It's so weird.
You know, no matter what they did with this, people would have, you know, the fans would have been split. I mean, they're ending a 42-year-old saga. It has to end. There's no way to end it where everybody's going to be happy. It's just not going to happen.
Really an end though?
There needs to be a Star Wars X.
Yeah, or something, right?
I don't know.
I'm not convinced.
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not convinced it's over.
Well, all they said was it's the end of the saga. It's the end of the Skywalker story. So they could spin out of that, just not talking about Skywalker, the Skywalker family.
Yeah.
So I had a moment where it got me in the feels when Han Solo came and was talking to Kylo, and he was like, "Dad," and Han was like, "I know." I was like, "Oh God." Right, like that's so iconic with like Leia and Han, the whole thing, and it was just sad. It was like one, it was like Kylo saying to, you know, like, "I love you," and he's like, "I know," you know. So, but two, it was like the last thing Han Solo's ever going to say ever in a Star Wars movie, right? And three, it's like I kind of felt like that. I'm watching the movie, kind of like, guys, like this is the last one, and it's like, I know, you know. It's just like the whole thing, that whole moment kind of caught me in the feels a little bit.
I got thinking it was going to be the very last of that saga. I guess maybe that's why I didn't.
Yeah. The funny thing with that whole thing, though, is he said that the only reason he was going to come back is if they promised to kill him off. So I'm like, how much did they pay him to show up in that movie?
Yeah, I'm sure he got cashed out on that, but it was good to see him. Like that was a great, because they took him out kind of unexpectedly in Force Awakens, and I was glad to see him come back.
Yeah.
You know, did make sense that he was there. He's not a Force ghost. I don't understand why he was there, but I liked that he was there.
Yeah.
You know, it made me feel good. It's kind of like running into your old uncle that you haven't seen in like 40 years or something, you know.
I think it was a good fan service again, but there's nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to see at the end, you know, you have to see Leia, you have to see Luke, which is good to see him back in, because I know he wasn't happy with the one before, with some of the direction that he was in the Last Jedi.
Yeah.
So it's good to see he was back. I don't know. Has he done interviews after saying whether or not he liked this one this time or not?
I think Disney told him to shut up.
You want this money?
Have you seen all the interviews he's done in like the last 5 years?
Yeah. Well, most of the time he was crapping all over Star Wars. The last one he was in. That's why I'm kind of like, well, what has he said about this one?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I don't know. I think it was a nice ending. You know, it's there were weird moments there. You know, I was definitely left with questions, but I felt good when I left. Like if this was the last one, if it's legit the last one, I'm okay with that.
Totally.
You know, it was good closure, and I love seeing Lando again. I think Billy D. Williams did a great job with that.
Yeah.
That ending though, where he's like, "Where you from, kid?" And she's like, "I don't know," and he's like, "Let's find out." And like she gets that look, like that lustful look in her eye. I'm like, "Hey, wait, what's going on here?"
Well, I don't know. Like, who cares about that story?
I watched that again, and I'm like, so last night I went watching into it again, and it felt more like a spin-off moment, like a potential spin-off moment.
Yes, totally. But he's too old. He can't do it.
Yeah. Yeah. I also love the moment, real awkward, everyone started laughing when she goes, "Send Leia my love," and then Ray goes, "You can send it to her yourself or in person or something." I'm like, "Oh, well, that's Billy D."
Oh, yeah. like right, careful, Ray. You're talking to Billy D. Williams. He'll send more than his love.
Well, I mean, that isn't around anymore, so
yeah.
I absolutely love Billy D. Williams. I'm glad they brought him back. Total fan service, unnecessary. but it was so good to see him.
Of course, 100%.
Mm.
Real quick for creators, in case you're interested, they seem to be improving this over the last couple of weeks. But I'm using XSplit Cam, I think is what I'm using to do my fake green screen. There's no green screen behind me. It's just literally cutting me out real time. I'm actually really impressed. Before it didn't look this good. It's looking really good now. It seems like over the last couple of weeks they've created they've made some.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Sorry,
that's all right.
He didn't care about your story.
No, you don't like that. Let me show you real quick what it looks like if I turn it off. So like I can change it like that, and okay. So that's just a normal thing. Now if I go to
for on the fly, that's great.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? But again, this is what it really looks like. This is my actual background.
Nice. They need the kids running in through the door.
So it's kind of cool. Oh, the other cool thing that I think is cool is they do this fake bokeh. If you really want to put some bokeh behind it, so I can do some, and I can make it whatever kind of quality I want. So that's
what is that called?
XSplit Cam. So if you don't have a green screen, don't have space for it, and you want to have like a cutout for live streams or even for your regular video, this seems pretty legit. And I am not sponsored. I just thought it's a pretty cool little program.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Now I hopped in. I was in your stream. Was it yesterday when you streamed? Man, all these days are just blending in together. It was yesterday, right?
It was on the 26th. So whatever they.
No, but it was your birthday stream. I hopped in for a little bit, and you were talking about Streamlabs having problems. Man, is that not just the clunkiest?
So finally yesterday things started working. And I went back to you said that one portion where it says use the normal configuration stuff or whatever, and that started finally working. The chat thing started working again. Things started working, and then I started getting video glitches. I'm like, okay, Streamlabs, you guys are on the verge of never getting my business ever again. You know what I mean?
So we installed vMix. Are you familiar with vMix?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, so vMix, it's not free, but it's inexpensive. It's I don't know, it's like $60 or something for the basic thing. They give you like a 60-day free trial, no watermark or anything. It's a little bit complicated to put together, but man, things worked. Like we usually have audio sync issues. Like our audio was synced up, like everything was like snappy, like the computer was running great. So the only problem is we have the Stream Deck XL. Yeah, and I'm having the issues connecting it to the XL. So if I can get that worked out, we're going full vMix.
I use my Stream Deck for Streamlabs, right? I mean, that's
right.
Yeah, so that's one of the big things. Now, if that works, I would like to use a combination of that and this, because to be honest, this is the best way to bring people in.
Yes.
For my birthday show, it's just nice to be able to swing people in. So it's using StreamYard's awesome.
So Travis, 2020.
Yeah.
Channel goals, anything strategic that you're going to do?
Bro, I'm going to have to change some goals here because everything slowed down. I did not hit any of my goals for this year. So my live stream did where I wanted it to be, but I did not hit any of my goals this year. I didn't even come close, which is kind of scary.
Wow.
And then there seems like, I don't know, it always seems like as soon as I get something going, like something changes and then nothing works. But I don't know. So next year I'd love to hit 100K. But I just don't know any kind of expectations anymore. I just want to work hard and really put out content that I'm happy with. I think that just ends up being the easier goal. Put out content I'm happy with and things that I think people will want to watch, and see where it takes me.
That's kind of where I am now. Like I've hit a point. I mean, don't get me wrong. I want my play button just to hang it on the wall. Yeah, really. But like I've hit a point now where it's just like, you know what? I know the videos that I need to make if I need to get a boost here and there, but like, I just want to make the videos that I want to make.
Right.
Like it's easy to say, I need to make these videos and be so strategic, and that's great. But, I have so much of my backlog catalog that's just driving views to the channel. So and you probably have the same thing. Yeah. So it allows me to just say, you know what, I just want to focus on the videos that I want to make. And it's a good place to be. I'm excited for 2020.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of opportunities. I'm going to CES in a couple of weeks, which would not have been possible without, without the channel. And there's a lot of great opportunities, a lot of great things I've done this year, and I'm super grateful for all of it. So yeah, that's my boy. That's my boy.
Hey, there he is, ladies and gentlemen. El Jefe is in the house.
Yeah, man, I'm off brand. I don't got the shades on today, so I had to turn the lights down.
So I got to run real quick, but
Okay, so Travis, for anyone who's not familiar with you, tell people what your channel is about. Let them know where they can find you.
sure, yeah, it's all tech stuff. It's Travis MCP, as you can see right here, everywhere on the internets, and do tech with a little bit of humor. So hopefully you're in for that sort of thing.
There you go. Travis, man, have an awesome New Year's.
All right,
I'll see you on the flip side, brother.
you see me on that podcast, baby. Don't you worry.
Cheers, man. Have a good one.
See you guys.
See ya. Hey, Chris, how's it going?
Chris.
Hefe. No, not you. Somebody in the chat.
I was like, who? Chris. Beanie, what's up, dude? How you doing, D?
Not too bad. Oh, Chris is must be related to Dan.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
El Jefe, man.
How's it
Happy
going, brother?
holidays to you, brother.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You caught me at a perfect time, man. I managed to get back here just in time. No traffic out there.
That's
Okay,
pretty
great.
cool.
Yeah, man.
So, El Jefe, man, let's talk about your channel goals, 2020.
Really,
What are you doing?
well, for the most part, man, it's just really trying to push further into diversifying the revenue streams on the channel. For the most part, I mean, sub goals are cool, but I shattered everything that I expected for 2019, so I really don't know where I could be. I tripled subscriber count this year, so it could be anywhere. So
Did you say you tripled? Did you say you tripled?
yeah, I started the 2019 with right around 7K, and I'm bouncing back and forth at 25,000 right now because of the purge and the weird numbers that are going on right now. So I'm either at 24,900 again, or I'm at 24 or 25,400. I don't know.
Ooh,
YouTube doesn't know. I don't.
Me now. Nice.
Yeah. So I can't tell.
I just want to represent because he's in here, Legion of Weirdos. This is like the second most comfortable shirt I own right here, and I rock this shirt at least once a week.
Nice.
So yeah, that's good, man. So you're just gonna stay on focus, keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, man, absolutely, man. I mean, we end up where we end up. I mean, it's the growth is happening anyway.
Right.
That's something that I always try to tell people, that as long as you're adding value to people's lives, whether you're helping them make money, save money, or teaching them something, the growth is going to happen. So, you just got to stay on that brand. You got to stay adding value, and it's going to keep coming. And so as far as that goes, I'm not concerned. Yeah,
we were talking about that earlier. Just adding value. It sounds so simple and it sounds so cliche to say, and it sounds so like, okay, well, great. Tell me something that's useful. But man, it's you know what I mean? Like if you got a good thumbnail, a good topic, and your video is giving value, that's the sauce. That's it.
That's it.
Man.
So yeah, that's what we're doing, man. That's the big thing. Just make sure the revenue keeps coming in. CES next week. I'm super excited. It's my first time,
nice, man.
Yeah, it's my first time, so I'm super juiced about that, man. It's gonna be great. So, but
That's
it should be good, man. Yeah.
Leela, how's it going? So, how's Amazon going for you?
Amazon's been going pretty good, man. I was on last night. Normally I jump on with Travis.
Right.
So, but last night I think he was otherwise occupied, so I just kind of rolled it a little solo. But Amazon's been cool, man. It's a different experience. Obviously, they need to work on their streaming side of the platform. It looks like it was originally made for companies like vendors on Amazon, like FBA and like those type of people, to talk about their own products. So it's not really like creator focused, but I think they are going that way, which I think is exciting because myself, Travis, and a few other creators are brought in early. We're giving them a bunch of feedback to try to improve things. So I think at some point they may open it up to much more people, especially people who are affiliated.
Man, I'll tell you what, dude. If they ask you if you know anyone who wants to get in on it, throw my name in the hat there.
Oh, for sure, man. Yeah, I mean it's a big thing, dude. They just have to
get in on that.
They have to. I think it's like as long as you're part of the affiliate program, and I think as long as you're part of their influencer program.
Right.
Yeah. So, but I think they're going to open it up, and it's going to be pretty cool for a lot of people, man.
I didn't even know they were doing streaming.
Hey, I didn't either, man, until until they brought me in along with Travis and a few other people. I would see them like they have like a QVC kind of thing that you see on the Amazon homepage.
Right. Let me pause you for 1 second. For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, so Amazon.com, the store, they have live streaming now, and they've had it for a while, but now they're bringing on YouTubers and other creators. And correct me if I'm wrong, Jeff, but you're allowed to push products and you get affiliate sales. correct?
Yeah, in a sense, I think that I'm not sure exactly if that's working correctly or not. I believe it is. I believe
Okay.
so. I'm not 100% sure. But either way, it's stuff that I talk about. It's stuff that I have in my Amazon influencer page.
Right.
So, anything that I talk about in like one of those live streams, people can go to my influencer page and they can see those products. And then obviously, you do get that, influencer, or sorry, the affiliate revenue from it. So
you don't have
Okay.
to worry about the incentivization rule.
what do you mean?
Because in the past I had this, I think still have it, where you're not allowed to like say, purchasing this product helps me. Like you're not allowed to say that.
No, they actually put it right on the screen, like while you're streaming.
Okay.
Yeah. They actually have it right on there. I think that's because of what do you call it? Where we have to declare it. I forgot what that's called.
Yeah.
So,
I think that's that.
But the FTC disclaimer.
Yeah, we have to do. It all has to be disclaimed, which is why I do the disclaimer like in my own videos. I say it within the first minute or so.
Right.
But it's right on the screen. Like if I'm live and you go to the screen, it actually says El Jefe Reviews earns the revenue on this live stream or something like that. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The
That's
FTC.
exciting,
Thanks,
man.
Yeah. So it's cool, man. I mean, it's a different experience, but I think it's pretty dope. So, but yeah, man. So I mean, I wanted to ask you, D, what was one of your favorite things this year, man? Like, 2019 was a big year for you, especially. So.
Yeah, this is a really good year for me. There's things that took place that I actually can't talk about right now that's coming in 2020. But this year was an eye opener, and it was a I was talking about this a little bit earlier. I've hit a point, and again, this is the power of video, the power of being perceived as an authority on something. Man, I've got so many app companies that are reaching out, wanting to pay me to consult to make their apps better.
Ooh.
Wanting to like, hey, how can we get our apps in the hands of more YouTubers? How do we need to change our app to make it better for YouTube?
Yeah.
So bringing me on as a consultant and that sort of thing. So there's like all kinds of crazy opportunities that kind of fell into my lap this year. Yeah, but like the coolest thing was speaking at Vid Summit with Nick.
Oh yeah, that was awesome,
that was the highlight of YouTube for me, of what we do as creators. That was a highlight of that, was just and it wasn't so much just necessarily speaking by itself. I mean, it was cool to overcome that fear. I've always had a fear of speaking, but it was doing it with Nick and doing it with so many of the community there. Just looking out and seeing all you guys, and like that was just so rad. It was like I couldn't have done it like in a better environment. Like that being the first time, like everybody was there, all you guys were there, everywhere I looked out, it was just like people I recognized, and it was the most, I was like terrified, but it was like the most comfortable experience at the same time. So that was just a great experience.
Oh man, I mean, I know Beanie was there and the whole squad was there, man. I mean, come on.
Dude, everybody.
Would you say that seemed like D's first time? To me, it didn't. I was like natural. It was natural, dude.
I appreciate it.
Yeah,
well,
man.
I don't know how that would have went if I would have been by myself at a different event in front of strangers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like standing on stage with it was just like doing like an on stage live stream, because there's all the people, and instead of usernames, there's like faces. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how we kind of went about it. But that was great. And it was the big stage, and I know Daryl rotates people in and out of the big stage. So next year, if we go on, we'll probably be on a different stage. But that was cool. It's great experience. And I'm even if I never speak again, check. You know what I mean? All of you guys made that like just a perfect experience. So.
Man, I was glad to be a part of it, dude, because that was such a blessing, being there, meeting Beanie and the whole crew, and seeing you and Nick again. And man, that's something else, man. That's something that we just can't quantify or put a dollar amount on the value of being in person and hanging out with each other, man.
You're
and
not
learning
kidding.
and the value in learning. Yeah, dude.
One second, guys. Just to let you guys know what's going on, I'm pulling guests in, and Paul Peck, I just sent you the wrong link. I just sent you a second one. So Paul, if you want to come in, if there's anybody else who wants to come on, send me a message on Twitter, and I'm sending out the links on Twitter through the DMs. So, yeah, man, the power of just getting to know people, hanging
Yeah.
out, you know. Hey, Outdoors with Eric, how's it going, brother?
Yeah, next year I'll be doing more socializing than probably sitting in the classes, I think.
Yeah, you know, I've given this a lot of thought. Like, I'll go to talks if I'm trying to support someone. Like if it's, you know, if it's squad or somebody I want to support, I'm going to go there. But if it's anybody else and I don't really know them, I'm going to catch it on the replay.
Yeah.
Because
Then
I find that the
there's
networking out in the hallways. What's that?
Then there's like special situations like Mr. Beast, like, you know, even if you don't know him personally, you'll go check that out.
Yeah.
Doug, have a good one. Thank you, brother. Happy New Year's to you, Doug.
Yeah, no, that's true, man. I mean, this was my second one. I went to try to learn as much as I could as well. But there was a lot of value to be had also in and around and talking to people and networking. And there's so much to learn, man. Like it's even just in 15-minute convos, you can learn so much from different people. There's so much value to be had, which is pretty cool. So, and even I talked to a few different creators who were just starting out, and hopefully I gave them some useful stuff. But that's, you know, it's an amazing thing to be there, man. And I just can't say it enough. That's why I'm like, I'll always sell the heck out of it for Daryl, because it's an amazing thing to be at.
Yeah. Oh, so Apple says, what's the best video editing app for Android? Okay, I sent you a link for an iOS. So for Android, look at KineMaster, look at Power Director, look at Filmora Go, look at InShot, Vlogit. Painfully Honest Tech, what's going on, JT?
Hey, what's up, Jason?
Hey, man, if you want to come on, Jason, I can send you a link. If anybody wants to come on, man, I'm sending these out through Twitter, trying to pull people in and to kind of send out 2019 in style.
That makes sense, man. That makes sense. Yeah. No, I'm going to be live streaming later on. I think I'm supposed to do a live stream with Joan, and then at some point I think me and Travis are going to try to do our Amazon show together again. It's much more fun and entertaining when we're both together on the Amazon live stream. So
yeah, I haven't caught you both together. I caught Travis on there for a little bit, but you met everybody because of the time zone difference. Everybody goes live like I'm sleeping or I'm just getting ready to go to sleep, and then I get like a notification like when you guys is live. I'm like, I can't do it. I just can't do it.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, so funny.
But yeah, mobile editing, man. KineMaster was really good when I was using Android. That was really good. Right now I've been using what do you call it? LumaFusion on my iPad. And it's been working pretty good. I had an issue where ironically I was doing my AirPods Pro review, and ironically that project just died. I was so upset, man. I put in like 4 hours into the edit. I was maybe halfway done, 30-minute video. So I was like, maybe halfway through the edit, and it just the audio it would just stop. Like the video and the audio would just freeze at a certain point. And I'm like, what's going on? These files work. Like I would look at the individual file and it would work, and it just freeze. But after that project, I think it was just a corrupted project, because every project I've done after that has been fine. So
you started out on mobile. I remember you started out on Samsung, if I remember right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then so I know you've upgraded your gear. And here's a question for you, because I know a lot of mobile creators are like, should I keep doing it on my phone? Should I upgrade? When should I upgrade? So my question to you is, when did you decide that you needed to upgrade your, I know you do everything with a camera, with an actual DSLR now. So what's your process now, and why did you upgrade?
Mostly, honestly, I mean, I still do most of my B-roll and product shots with the iPhone. So it's much simpler. And I can airdrop it straight to the iPad. So it helps when I need to get really quick shots and stuff. The DSLR was mostly for like my talking head stuff. And just to get it to look better, to make it look, much crisper and cleaner, because if you're a camera person, you can tell the difference when I'm doing my talking head stuff on a phone versus on a DSLR. It's a noticeable difference in detail. And I think, when was it? I think it was when Samsung had borked their update for manual controls.
Right.
And they removed manual controls from the stock app, and I was like, all right, that's it. So I jumped over and got the Canon SL2, but I still use the like I said, I still use the iPhone for a lot of product shots and stuff. So
when you're
Right.
saying the difference between the iPhone and the camera, you mostly talking about like the focus, where you can get the background a little bit blurrier on the camera as opposed to an iPhone.
well, yeah, I mean, you could still do manual focus using Filmic Pro if you wanted to do that. But overall, I mean, it's something about the way that overall it looks. It just looks much cleaner when it's coming through my Canon versus I'm assuming because it's the larger sensor, the larger size. But
yeah, I mean, look, I mean, the sensors in these things are tiny. Like, look, here's the thing: phones are great. You can make a living. You can make tons of money. You can change your life with a phone. But the reality is, the sensors are tiny in these things. They're not comparable to a DSLR. Now, I will say this: if you go out and you just, shoot side by each, there's a car driving down the street, I'm going to film this, I'm going to track this. There will be some clips where you won't be able to tell a difference unless you really know what you're looking for. But if you're trying to get like that depth of field or the blurry background, the bokeh, it's just no comparison. Or you're shooting in lower light. Phones don't do well in low light. Charlie, how's it going, brother? This is Midnight.
Good, you?
Whoa! Can you turn down your audio?
Sorry.
There went our ears.
I was actually looking at getting one of those Blue Yetis because people say Blue Yetis aren't good, but I was like playing with one at the store and the base is nice and solid and heavy.
Sorry about that. Is that better?
Charlie, it's still a bit loud.
You might need to go through you might have to go through the actual computer, not through the Blue Yeti.
It sounds like it's really cranked up.
Man, yeah, I'm actually on a new mic right now, man.
What are you using?
It's actually a Samsung Q2U. It's a USB mic, but also has XLR and it has live monitor. It has a 3.5, so I have my headphones hooked into it so I can actually directly monitor my audio. But the beauty of it is the fact that it's only $44.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
I swear. I was looking at the Yeti and I was looking at the Rode NT USB and the Audio Technica AT 2005. So I was looking at $150-ish right around that budget. And then I was talking to Bandrew from Podcastage and he was like, nah. You don't for your space. Basically, he said, what do you need it for? And what is your space like? I was like, I'm in an untreated room and I'm going to be sitting right in front of it. Basically, he's like, listen, dude, $44, go with the Samsung. Here's my review videos of them. Check out the sound clips. This is literally all you need. And I am blown away because I can move I really wanted something that I can move from one room to another, just plug and play, just unplug it, plug it into the next room, next computer, and it works. And that's what I've been doing. And this thing is freaking awesome, dude.
I'm going to need a link.
I got you.
It sounds good,
no worries. Yeah. For $44, dude.
Yeah, it sounds really good. So a question just came into the chat. It says, D, can you change the white balance while recording on an iPad? Yes, you can. Here's the thing. You can download the most inexpensive app is Moment Camera Pro, and you can change the white balance in that, or you can also go with Filmic Pro. You need something that's going to give you full manual controls, and you can really dial in the white balance. So if you're shooting with tungsten lights, which give you more of a yellow look, you can completely fix that by doing that. So yeah, check out the Moment Camera Pro or Filmic Pro.
What was that streaming app that you've been using more recently? I forgot the name of it.
Prism Live Studio.
That's one I want to get one stream done before the new year so I can just like test that out, see how it's like.
Dude, I love it. I love it. I mean, I had a sponsorship thing with them for a while on my channel, but like I don't take sponsorships like that unless I like believe in what it is, or unless I think I like it or it has potential. And man, it's first time they're like, hey, check our app out. And I was like, whoa, like this is. And the things that they have planned for that app, the things that are coming, like you're going to be able to connect a DSLR to it. So you can have your phone, hook your DSLR up to your phone and just live stream out and about with your DSLR and get that full DSLR quality. That's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's free. Rob, thank you for the super chat, brother. Much appreciated. Thank you for your tweets, vids, and lives this year. Thank you. Charlie just tuned out. Maybe he's fixing his mic, so he's gonna come back and blow our ears out again.
Hey D, do you want me to give you the link so you can post a affiliate for yours, or do you want me to just go ahead and post it in the chat?
Drop it for yours, man. I don't care.
Right. Just making sure. Hey, I got to make sure.
Dude,
man.
Man, I appreciate it.
So
there's
a link,
man. Just
there's a link right there. If anybody's interested and you don't want to spend a ton of money, and get this, I'm gonna
that's what
order
you're using right now.
Yeah.
right? That's what you're using right now.
Yeah, and get this. I'm gonna get. I was talking to my buddy Juan Bagnell, and he says with a USB adapter that I can run this into my Galaxy for audio capture.
Yeah, you should be able to.
So I was like, okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna
should be
give it
able
a
to.
try as a mobile option because I actually still. So I record my video with the Canon. And I do the
Okay.
audio capture into my Galaxy because the preamps on the Canon are just
Noisy.
yeah, it's not good. So, but yeah, so I'm working on that, man.
Can you
Yeah,
mount
you
it
should be
on
able
like
to.
a tripod mount, like how D's got his?
Yeah, so well, you can mount it that way. It comes with a little tripod.
Oh, cool.
So if you just want to have a desk, I have it. I have
like
I just haven't set it up. I have a mic boom arm, but the reason I don't want to put it on here is because I have to move this back and forth.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. But so far so good, man. I'm super excited, but I'm glad to be here, D. Seriously, meeting you and your brother, dude, and you guys have been good friends. And before I forget, Paloma sends her love. She sends hugs, and she's she would have been chilling right here, man. But she had dialysis treatment today, so I got to go pick her up in a couple hours. But yeah, she sends her love, man. She was super excited to see you guys again. So
yeah, did you had the whole fam there representing? I love it.
Oh, dude, it was so much fun, man. That was really cool. I'm glad that they got to meet everybody too, and people still mistake my brother for me, which is hilarious.
Well,
So,
I know the feeling. I know the feeling.
so I never thought that would happen because people used to mistake me for him because he's locally famous. And so they used to happen to me. And then the other day he was at the store and he was like, "Hey, someone just thought I was you." And I'm like, "Wait, that's weird. Role reversal." So
Right.
like, I know you know what you mean because even what's his name, the third Nimmin brother that was at Vid Summit,
Dan Nimmin.
That bloody Dan Nimmin taking all the fire.
Dan Nimmin taking over.
Oh, that was a good one.
Eric, wait, how's it going, sir?
Pretty good. I've had a few people say, "Aren't you one of the Nimmin brothers?" I'm like,
you look like you could be a Nimmin. Chat, what do we think? Can we get a yes or a no? If Eric could here, I'm gonna zoom in on him here. Hold on
Is he gonna be the fourth Nimmin brother?
But
could he pass for a Nimmin?
But you need to grow your beard out a little bit more, then we'd be a little more insane.
Yeah. Yeah. Uncle, we're gonna call you Uncle Eric.
There we go. So this is a very rare moment where I have coffee in my hand rather than
So Eric, for people who don't know, tell everybody what your channel's about.
So it's funny, my channel actually started as I was not looking to be a YouTuber. It was a means for me to study. So if you're studying for exams and for say wine or whiskey, you need to be part of a study group to interact with people who are also preparing for exams to test each other. And so I was not about being a YouTuber. It was about having a means of studying. And then it just kind of grew from there. And it started with wine and then went into whiskey. So I have two channels, one for wine and one for whiskey. And then when I got into whiskey, I found this huge community of, we call ourselves whiskey tubers. And it's like a whole new life. I have friends around the world and I've been traveling around all over the United States. I've been to Scotland twice, been over to London, England. And for me, YouTube has been a big social thing to meet people. Most of my real friends, I hate to say this, aren't local. They're global.
Yeah.
I know those feels.
Yep.
And so one of my friends who you know, Bill, the Whiskey Dick, because he learned a lot how to do his channel from you and your brother Nick. He cued me into you and Nick. And then you guys this last year, I just want to say thank you very, very much for all that you guys do. You're not a dry technical channel. If you were a dry technical channel, I would find it very, very difficult to follow along because I need everything broken down simple. I need it, non-complicated. And you guys have been great. I enjoy watching, even if I'm not necessarily picking up anything new. It's something I don't already know. I just enjoy engaging with you guys. And anyway, so cheers to you and Nick. Thank you very much.
Thank you for that, Eric. Much appreciated. Man, dude, you're always very supportive and you're always in here. And I thank you for that. Man, I'm just amazed anybody will listen to either one of us. Like, I sit down, I'm like sitting down, I drink because, use Nick as an example. Like he's my brother, right? Like if you don't know him, you're like, wow, he's this YouTube, this guy knows all this stuff about you, but he's still my brother. He's still my little brother.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we're having coffee, and like, people will come up to him, like, wow, you're Nick or whatever, and I'm just like, yeah, he's just my brother. I'll still put you in a headlock and give you a noogie.
Well, the other thing is, so I'm in a very small niche. My demographics are 35 to 45 with people who have money. Mm-hmm. And if you look at most people who are viewers, you're talking teenagers, they're not watching my channel. And so how large your channel is relative to the demographics of available audience. Mm-hmm. The largest whiskey tuber channel is only 200,000 people or so, which to, Casey Neistat or whatever else, that's like, nothing. So it's really been more about community, learning, enjoying the journey than it is about the numbers count, and just enjoying it. Yeah, we make a little money to help, here and there, but it's really been about enjoying being a whiskey tuber or a YouTuber.
Nice.
I'm going to answer a question real quick. Sexualize My Asexual Life says, I'm new to this channel. First of all, welcome. Thanks for coming to hang out with us. How do you split your stream like that? Okay, so I dropped a link into the chat, and I'm going to drop it one more time. I'm using a free streaming platform called Streamyard, streamyard.com. They do have upgrades that you can pay for, but they do have a free version as well. And you basically just give people a link, and then they click on the link, and they can come right in. It's probably the easiest way to get up and streaming if you're not familiar with live streaming.
So if you're a StreamYard user, at the bottom, you can't see it as a viewer, but at the bottom there's a menu, and you can go single square, multiple squares. You can have them, the squares in different places. So it's totally non-technical. Even a whiskey dude like me, who's a total non-tech person, can use it and immediately make available of it. So I use a paid version of it, but I highly recommend it.
Oh yeah, me too, man. Not to mention the fact that you can make the custom banners, you can do a custom ticker, you can brand it. You can have up to 5 people. You can make it 6 people and have yourself in the background. So, and it's, dude, I mean, Eric said it best. It's so simple to use that you don't have to have any technical knowledge to get it to work. It is so simple. And right now I'm just using it with a USB mic, and I've got a $40 webcam, and it's working perfectly. You don't need to do anything crazy.
There is one caveat. It adds on about 10 pounds. I'm not really this fat.
I love it. So Eric, I want to ask you something about, because you talked about, having, your subscriber count, and it's not related to the money that you can make. So my first vid summit that I went to, I met someone there who was in the self-publishing niche. They would teach people how to publish their books, and they had courses. They had around 2,000 subscribers making $20,000 a month.
Yeah.
Being able to drive their traffic that they had was very targeted, very unique traffic, but they knew what to do with it. And I can't stress this enough. So many people are like, oh, I can't wait to get monetized on YouTube. That's the wrong way to look at this. You have to look at it like, how can I build a business with what I have? Be it 100 subscribers, 500 subscribers. Like when you step back away from it and you think about it in terms of a business instead of just like, oh, I need subscribers. Don't get me wrong, subscribers are great. I'm pushing to get my play button and all that stuff, and I appreciate it. But that's not like the focus here. Like you can make money with the smaller channel.
Right.
So you got to keep that in mind. Yeah.
So this channel, I started the whiskey channel in August last year. Took me 1 year to get 3,000. And then within about 4 months, I had another 1,000. So I got a little over 4,000. In that year, I made about $500 in terms of AdSense. That doesn't pay for, 10 bottles of whiskey.
I think it's also in the niche too, because like my first year, I made enough to be able to afford my Surface Pro, and like I know someone else who's making like 5 to 6 times as much as I'm making a month, and they've got like half the subscribers of me.
Yeah. So if I was doing something that was geared towards a bigger demographic, or did cat videos or things I don't care about, then monetarily I could do better. But that's not my primary intent.
Diversification is key, and it really depends on what you're here for, why you're on YouTube. You know what I mean? So if you're here for community and to bring value to people and not so much to monetize, then you can definitely move, in whichever direction you want and really enjoy it. Or like myself, where I'm doing something that I already love doing what I'm doing, but I'm also trying to build a business. So it's like I'm diversified enough that even when do you guys remember when they changed the monetization rule, and if you were under 1,000 they basically pulled you off of the partner program? So that happened, and I was like, because I wasn't making anything on AdSense, but all my money was coming from affiliate deals and revenue that I had diversified already before 1,000 subscribers. So it didn't bother me. And then when they brought it back, I was like, oh, cool. Look, AdSense is back on. So now it's something.
Keep talking, guys. I'll be back in just a second.
Yeah, so one of the other things is, and if you think in terms of business, you know, it used to be if you were applying for a job, you wanted to go work in this, you fill out a resume, you submit your resume, you do an interview, blah, 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 blah. More and more, particularly in this industry, people want to see you in action.
Yeah.
So you can essentially create a YouTube channel to be your resume. And then use that to launch a business or work for somebody else. So the YouTube, it's not about making money directly from YouTube. It's that it is essentially you're creating, like I said, a resume. And so if someone says, hey, why would I want to hire Eric Waite to represent our brand or company or whatever else? We check out his YouTube and go, he looks really, really good. He's professional. He's knowledgeable. Let's hire this guy.
Yeah.
Okay, he's only got 4,000 subscribers, but they don't care. They want to see how you can respond in front of customers and clients and so forth. So it's you have to kind of think outside the box sometimes when it comes to making money.
It's like a portfolio.
There's also there's a big movement right now with brands looking at what they call micro influencers, because you know the smaller influencers, they have a much deeper connection with their audience. So that's a big thing right now. So smaller creators, you definitely have, you know, an edge there in terms of being able to communicate still and building that relationship with the community. And another thing that you said, Eric, that's really important is your demographic. Like if making money is your goal, your demographic really plays a role in this. And I know, Beanie, you're probably in the same boat as I am, to where you do have a lot. I'd say about half of my viewership comes from a younger demographic who's not spending money.
Yeah.
Where Eric has obviously an older demographic who, they're going to spend money all day long. Hefe, I don't know where you're sitting there with your stuff, but you know, half of my audience, they're not spending money.
Oh no, I'm getting some decent conversion. My audience is like 21 to 25 to right around mid to late 30s. Right around there, because it's a tech audience, and it's people that are into audio and stuff. But I'm not in the super hi-fi space, so that's would be more on Eric's demographic. It would be more people who have more expendable income, who can afford, you know, $1,000 headphones and the big amplifiers and all that stuff. So I'm not in that. I'm in the more budget range, which pulls me down in the market towards people in their 20s and mid to low 30s. So No, you got to know your audience. You gotta know who your audience is, right?
I'm thinking about doing the Eric Waite bobblehead as merch. What do you guys think?
Hey, do it.
Yeah.
I wanted to point out one thing about the whole AdSense thing, because people are like, oh, how come I'm not monetized yet? How come I'm not monetized yet? They don't. I don't think they've actually read the specific rules about the AdSense, where even though you got your monetization going, you don't actually get a payout until you've hit $100. And I'm at like 24,000 now, and I'm lucky to hit $100 a month on AdSense. So even you're probably not going to like see your first paycheck for like 6 months anyway.
Yeah, you got to be pulling views, man. Like that's what I try to tell people. You got to be pulling like, and not only that,
or have a high CPM.
Yeah, CPM, and then views add into it, because my CPM, because tech CPMs can be a little bit lower, but you know, I'm pulling in anywhere from 100 to 300K views a month, so that helps as far as AdSense goes. But that's still not my primary revenue stream for my channel. Thankfully, it's nice to have it. It's an additional stream, but you know, mine's coming from affiliate deals and stuff like that. So it's there's different ways around it, and I'm just making sure that if something, I'm trying to be like Roberto always tells us, that if something happens to the platform, you know, will you still be relevant elsewhere? And I'm trying to work my way towards making sure that happens.
That's smart. Let's talk about that for a second. So are you guys familiar with what just happened with cryptocurrency websites?
Yeah, Neil's been telling me about that.
So apparently, tons of cryptocurrency channels, they just had their videos deleted, just completely deleted off the platform. And YouTube just came back. YouTube just came out, I think it was today, and they said, "Hey guys, our bad. We accidentally deleted hundreds of videos. We're trying to fix it."
Yeah. Neil lost
accident.
15 of his
Oops.
videos.
Right? Oops. Yeah.
What was that, Beanie?
I was Neil told was telling us that he lost 15 of his videos on his other channel.
Wow.
Photo fan, what's up, brother?
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah, but
that's
that's
crazy.
That's the thing. Like, okay,
Yeah.
so here's my dilemma right now, and I'm rolling with it, but I'm also trying to think of other things to do. Okay, so I'm with you guys. So ad revenue is my lowest amount. It's my lowest revenue source for my channel, as it probably is for a lot of people's. But I just got channel memberships activated. Right.
I'm looking forward to that.
And the funny thing is, I gave it till January 1st. I said, you know what? If they don't activate me by January 1st for channel memberships, I'm going over to Patreon.
Okay.
Voila. They just activated me yesterday.
They heard you.
That's right.
Reason why you can't
And-
do both anyway.
Right. And yeah, they're like, we're going to push you right to the edge. And but here's my dilemma. So as my channel grows, my AdSense is going to grow. And as I build up channel memberships, like that's obviously going to grow as well too.
Yeah.
And then you're going to come in and you build this up. And then what if YouTube has an oopsie, just like they did with the cryptocurrency? Like, oh, we just deleted however many of your videos, or oops, we just deleted your membership. Sorry. Or oops, our AI, our machine learning just flagged your account for duplicate content that doesn't really exist. And then we're going to demonetize your entire channel for 90 days.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? You're kind of putting all your eggs into one basket when you're doing everything inside of YouTube. So in terms of like what Roberto preaches, and he's spot on, you know, diversification, the more you can get different income streams based off of your content, the better. Because if you do put everything inside of the YouTube basket and an oopsie happens, or you do violate a community guideline strike or whatever, and you lose that, gone, no matter how much you build up.
So kind of coming on that topic of putting all your eggs in one basket. So my channel is Eric Waite. There's a lot of channels, a lot of my fellow whiskey, they're called Whiskey Fred, Whiskey Barney, something whiskey, something da 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 da. They have totally tied their entire their brand around one thing, which is this whiskey. Whereas I have essentially branded my name, and I can associate it with anything. I can associate. I did wine and then whiskey. And if I want to do beer, or if I want to do roller skates or anything else. So in terms of putting all your eggs on, I would highly recommend, you know, if you name your channel YouTube Bowling or whatever, don't tie yourself so much to YouTube, but to you. Now, if your name is extremely common, like John Smith, no offense to John Smith, that's an unbelievably common name, and it's a little harder to brand. But if you've got a personal name that is unique and isn't super common, then I would highly recommend branding your name so that whatever platform you're in, they're gonna, oh, Eric, wait, that's the wine and whiskey guy. Oh, now he's doing beer, or now he's doing, you know, whatever. That's what's they're gonna know.
Yeah.
Lucky there's very few beanies around.
Right.
Except whenever someone, like every time Roberto shows a picture of him and he says, wearing my beanie, I'm like, this is a bit awkward.
So I got to give some welcomes. A whole new influx of people are coming in. Heidi, how you doing? Costume CEO, Urban Explorer. How's it going, Neil? Hope you were doing well. I know he got some videos hit for the cryptocurrency oopsie. Backroads Nomad says Niminati. Oh yeah, you know it. And Rob, yeah. So here's the thing. I had it activated on my channel for channel memberships, but you have to go through a process. You have to add like the custom emojis. You have to add the channel ship loyalty icons. You have to build your tiers out. Then you have to submit it for approval. Then they have to. So I'll probably need like a week or 2 weeks, and then it's gonna, you know, kick that off. So it's coming. Yeah, it's coming. I have it. I just got to get it all working now.
So with that, is a case of,
hey Alex, how's it going, man?
You get the invitation, and then you don't actually get it set up until you've had it approved.
From what I understand, when you create a tier, you write your tier, you write your perks out, then you have to submit it to them, and then they have to basically approve it to make sure that you're not violating any of their community service guidelines. Then they approve it. I know Nick said when he's submitted his, it took like, he submitted it, went to sleep, he woke up, and it was approved.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Neil, send me a message on Twitter. I'm sending links out there.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm excited for that. I'm going to do a handful of things. I'm going to I'll probably do 3 different tiers, but probably the top tier that I'm going to do, one thing I can really help people with is help them with their actual video. Like I can thumbnails, I can do a channel review, but I know a lot of people are struggling in terms of the production, how to communicate, how to edit, how to actually make a good video, how to get to the point, how to trim the fat of a video. Like I want to be able to do like video, I want to do like video help, like video reviews, help people up their production value, help people become better in front of the camera. So I'm going to offer that as a higher tier level.
Nice.
Kind of like production coaching.
Something
I'm
like
going to take advantage of that.
Eric?
Sorry. So I was just
Uncle
something,
Nimmin?
and there's probably already stuff out there. So for not finding it. So in terms of doing video editing, thumbnails, I'm kind of good there. But when I look at graphs and pie charts, I become dyslexic, and all of a sudden it's just like a mash of stuff.
Analytics. Yeah.
And videos on how to do analytics, and it's like it's some foreign language. I have the foggiest idea what you're talking about. So I could really use someone who kind of does a analytics for dummies.
Yeah.
I avoid the analytics.
Analytics for dummies, so that at least I could understand the gobbledygook when you guys are going blah 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 blah. That I can at least understand what the heck it is you're talking about.
Well, for me, so I'm just gonna call it like it is. There are better people than me to dig into your analytics. So when I'm not gonna offer something where I dig into your analytics because that's just not what I excel at. But I worked
able to dig in my own analytics. When I look at my analytics, it's like an earthquake chart, it's like
but somebody, but if you sit down one-on-one with Nick or Daniel Battelle and they show you how to use, okay, this is how to make sense of this, then they can simplify that. But that's not my strong point. But I worked in video production for like 20 years, so like I can help people with their video production. I can help people get their microphones together. I can help people get, how to communicate with the camera. That's where I can really shine. So I want to offer that.
Yeah.
Michael Phillips, what's going on, man?
Go into your strong suits, man. That makes perfect sense. Go with what you know. So that's cool, man. I can totally respect that, because even I know I understand my analytics to an extent, enough to where I can be effective and make effective choices and changes towards my content. Still not the best, but I do try to learn at least one new thing per week. But you've got guys out here who are analytics beasts. Like one that seriously slept on is my buddy Brandon. This is Tech Today. He understands analytics like nobody's business. Him, Travis, who was just here a couple minutes ago. Travis is an analytics monster. So seriously, they don't talk about it much, but if you talk to them on, behind the scenes, they know their stuff. Like it's ridiculous the stuff they've shared with me. They taught me a lot. But here's the thing. I wouldn't turn around and try to teach anybody that.
Right.
So I can kind of give you like some pointers, like, oh, hey, I'm trying to find out what my CTR is or what real-time CTR is, or I can kind of help you point you, hey, this is where you want to look, and this is what could be good, what could be bad, depends on your channel. But beyond that, I mean, the only thing I could really help you with is making a good, headphone buying decision. That's about it.
Right. Well, that's the thing. So in terms of the membership things, I want to play to what I can truly help you with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because, and I know you can learn how to write a great title. There's tools for that. You got TubeBuddy, you got vidIQ, right? These are good stuff. People can teach you how to dig into your analytics. You can learn how to make a good thumbnail. That's all great. They click on the thumbnail, then you're dead in the water. You know what I mean? So, and we don't do that on our live streams because we don't want to pull a video up in our live stream and they're playing some music that they don't own the rights to, and they get hit with a copyright strike. We get hit with a copyright strike or a claim. But in a private setting, I could put it on another channel or do it on Facebook or something like that, so it doesn't put me at risk. And really quick, Mike Phillips, since we're talking about, dude, the last episode of The Mandalorian, so badass.
So good.
Mike, I got to show you this, man. I got to check this out. I knew somebody was going to ask. I knew we were going to talk about The Mandalorian. So those of you who've been following this, I finished my helmet. I know a lot of you have been, I know a lot of you followed this when I first got it and it was just white. I finished all the weathering and I got it all beat up and so amped for that.
Holes in it.
No, I've got like fans in here to keep it cool and like padding, and like I'm actually going to finish the inside with like 3D printing to make it look like a real helmet.
Oh wow!
All those are the wires for the fans, are they?
They're what?
The wires inside, are they for the fans?
Yes. Yeah, so check this out. But this is like the coolest thing. So this is an arm gauntlet, right? All the Mandalorians have their own Right. They've all got their own arm gauntlet. So what I did is I put my phone inside of mine, and let me show you why. So it's all like, you know, it's all beat up and like there's little rockets on the end of it. And right. So what I did, and actually I got to turn it on here. So 1 second. I put my Samsung Galaxy S9. I put it in here, and let me show you what I did with it, which is, yeah, this is legit the best phone case ever. And then, hold on here. And then I put a video HUD in here, so it's constantly playing all kinds of like, you know.
That's cool.
Oh, that's cool, dude. You have my vote for Tech Nerd of the Year.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's all it's an hour-long loop video that plays stuff like this.
Wow.
Did you make that HUD, or did you find just like some stock footage?
I found some stuff, and then I adjusted some stuff on After Effects. And I actually have a more detailed Star Wars specific HUD that I'm working on. But yeah, anyway, so it's like an hour. And so we went out and trooped with this for The Rise of Skywalker. And I had this on for like 3 hours. And I only used 15% of my battery in my Samsung. So I could legit probably go out with this on probably for like 10 hours probably.
Wow,
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's dope, dude. That video that you guys put together, you and Nick, that was awesome, dude.
Nick made that. That was fun. Yeah.
Yeah, that was dope. Dude.
Heidi says, "Master your Mandalorian." That's what I'm talking about, Heidi.
And I don't know if you noticed the Death Trooper right here above my shoulder.
Oh, there he is. Checking out. He's hiding. I didn't even notice that. He's creeping in the background.
That's right, man. Oh yeah, see.
The Artist Haven says, "I need that case. When do they hit the mark?" Yeah, this is probably the biggest, most absurd case you've ever gonna get for your phone.
No
But
doubt.
it's got, you know,
good money out of that.
it's got like controls and like, you know, I can get in here and turn it on. But it's dope, man. I got like all the stuff here, and then like it's legit. Yeah, the detail in my Mandalorian costume is, I'm really proud of it. A lot of detail in it, every piece.
Yeah, no, it's gonna look sick, but yeah, no doubt. No, I don't want to. No spoilers, man. But the
Spoiler
that last episode of The Mandalorian. Oh, dude.
Right?
And I like the journey. I like the way that the story arced. I liked how we went through this journey, and it was worth it. That payoff was really good, man. And I like the characters. I like the way that he sort of, I mean, in a sense, developed. But also like the Gina Carano's character, man. She was pretty dope.
You know,
Baby Yoda probably isn't actually Yoda.
He's not Yoda. So on the timeline of Star Wars, he's not Yoda. So Yoda was alive while Baby Yoda was born, because they say Baby Yoda is 50 years old.
Yeah.
So it's straight up not Yoda.
Yeah,
So
he's a baby.
They still changing his diapers for Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
So did Yoda and Yaddle get it on?
Maybe. It's possible. It's possible.
I saw the most recent Star Wars movie. Meh, wasn't a big fan. I saw the first Star Wars movie in 1977. Saw it 16 times in the theater.
Oh man,
that's the only place you could see it, and it stayed in the local theaters for over a year.
Wow.
And matinee was about $2.35. So
right.
It was a thing to do, you know, when you're a kid on the weekends, is go down and see it again.
Yeah.
I'm happy with the latest movie. I mean, look, they ended a 42-year-old saga. It's a 42-year-old story. It had to end somehow. Right. They had to make decisions that were going to be tough. They were going to let people down. I can't think of a better way to end it. I was happy with it. I wasn't happy with everything, but I was overall happy with it.
Basically, that's how I feel too. I like the way that it came to a close. It was everything that I would hope for. Is there issues with the movie? Of course, there's issues with every movie, but overall, I was absolutely satisfied with the way that it went, the way that the story arced, and I'm just glad on where it is. I'm more sad than anything that we don't get to see what happens like afterwards with Rey and stuff like that. Like, I don't, that's because the story ends, right? There's no more like expanded universe unless they're going to actually keep going.
Well,
science fiction, you can never say never is never.
That's true.
What they said it's the end of the Skywalker saga.
Right.
Yeah.
So what does that mean?
The next episode, they can do anything in science fiction.
Yeah.
Well, episode 6 was meant to be the end originally.
Yeah. So real quick, so we have a channel member who has the name of Albie ALBI damned. I'll be damned. And they ask, is my channel name bad? Do people find it offensive? So let's ask the chat. Do you find this name to be bad or offensive? Type in yes or no. Channel name, I'll be damned. It's up on the screen right now. Just type in yes or no. You're for it or you're against it.
Yeah.
And Dave, how would you rank the Emperor's depiction in this one?
Well, since Heidi hasn't seen it yet, Costume Co., I'm not going to spoilers, but okay. I liked seeing him come back.
I liked it.
I think it was the best, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, so it looks like we have an overwhelming no, means it's not offensive. So a lot of people like it. So there you go.
But is it brandable?
That's a whole nother question.
Is it brand friendly? I don't know. Don't know. I don't know what you make on your channel. Yeah. I don't know if you're going after sponsorships. I don't know how brands will look at it, but I'm not offended. I'm not offended by it.
I think these days, damned isn't that big of a deal.
Yeah.
In whiskey and wine, it's everything. In whiskey and wine, it's everything. You can make the best wine in the world that blows everybody's minds, but there's an ocean of it in the market, and if you can't stand out with a name, an image, or something like that, where people will recognize you, then no one's going to buy it. No one's going to be drinking it. So it's sort of it depends on what you're doing, but in this world, it kind of means everything to get the name out there.
And speaking of the whiskey, I love your background, by the way.
Yeah, there's 136 bottles behind me.
Nice.
That's what I'm talking about. My kind of party.
Most of them I brought back. So most of the scotch I brought back from. I've been to Scotland twice, visited 40 distilleries. This year I earned a diploma from the Edinburgh Whiskey Academy. So I'm a certified sommelier with the Quartermaster Sommeliers. I'm a French wine scholar at the Wine Scholar Guild. I have a diploma from the Wine Spur Educational Trust. So I'm much more academic on my channel than some other channels. But it's more about exploration and going to Scotland and the beauty of the country, or if you're going to Kentucky or Texas or France or something like that. It's more about that. The beverage is the catalyst to the exploration of cultures and language and people, really.
Yeah. Nice, man.
So one of the things in terms of like the mobile thing, I kind of got a question. So this is my studio. Although I have light behind me. I record at night, so you don't get this glare from up above. Right. I do if I'm visiting distilleries or wineries, I'm doing photography and then editing and doing it in my office. But with the expansion of hotspots for Wi-Fi, whatever else, the ability to go mobile and do live streams at a winery, at a distillery, on location is expanding. Consequently, if you're going to go mobile and visit and be live on location, if the connections are getting better and be able to do live streams, which means gear. And then what I don't like to do is I have a big backpack carrying all this stuff around, or, I got to hire a Sherpa to carry all my stuff for me. So the improvement and advancement of, this is going to be really, really important to make the transition to being stuck in a studio versus being on location and going live. And so I'm looking for that next step. This is iPhone 10. I asked a while back, D, about the iPhone 11. And look and see what else comes in there. But that's sort of, in my mind, where I want to go next.
So in terms of the iPhone 11, so I have the 7, I have the 8, I have the 10, I have the 10S, and I've got the 11 Pro. The 11 Pro is the best phone, and I've got a pile of Androids too. It's the best phone I've ever owned, hands down. There's no, as far as I'm concerned, there's no discussion. It's a winner all the way around. Is it the best camera? No. The Samsung S10 and the Note 10 Plus, they're fantastic as well. But it's good. But where it really shines, because if you go to any of the flagship phones, and I know Hefe, you've had a handful of phones as well. Most of the flagship phones these days, the top phones, side by each, if I didn't tell you which one was which, you probably wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
Right.
They're pretty much on par with each other, generally speaking. But where this does shine is the battery life. I can go 2 days on this thing. Like, I don't even have to worry about putting it, like, I can go to sleep, not charge it, wake up and say, oh, I've got 20% left, and I don't even panic. I can just grab it and go about my day and know that I can still come home and charge it later. And it's got a wide angle lens on it. So if you go into the wide angle lens mode, which doesn't look good in low light, but if you're in brighter daylight, it has image stabilization built in. So it's kind of like a mini gimbal built in, and that's a game changer. It's not the only phone with it. There are other phones with it, but for iPhone, upgrade.
What
Yeah,
you get it with
upgrade.
the regular 11 too. You can get the wide angle with the regular 11. So
So the difference between the 11 and 11 Pros, one is you don't have the telephoto lens, and you have a different display, and I think the battery life is like an hour less.
Right.
Whoop-de-doo. It's still an amazing phone, and you save a ton of money by going with the 11.
Right. So if part of your channel is traveling, like mine is, to go to an airport and I'm traveling by myself, I don't have a crew, I'm a one-man band, and you got all this luggage, and you want to have your luggage needs to be half empty so it can be completely full on the way back, full of bottles.
Right.
Then therefore adding camera equipment to that, mics and long lenses,
I get it.
all that stuff. It's just like, oh geez. But if I can get my life streamlined on that part of it, I can leave my luggage back in the hotel, get in the car, drive someplace, wherever I'm traveling around the world, and just like, boom, we're live, we're good to go. And that's really what we're looking for, is that next venture, because this is going to continue to improve. As long as you can get a good connection, then you should be good.
And those moment lenses are good too.
Hey.
Yeah, the moment lenses are good. Sandmark is good. Rhino Shield actually makes good lenses. In terms of live streaming, Eric, check out. Hey, Nick Nimmon's in here. Where's he at? You wish you were doing a party? Hey, Nick, man, if you want to come in, let me know. I can send you. I can hook you up. I know a guy.
It works on mobile too. I've done StreamYard via mobile. I did it the other day for Travis's birthday stream.
Yep.
Oh,
he says he's in bed. Okay, so I'm definitely sending you the link.
Bed stream.
Wow. Bed stream. Yeah. Hashtag Nimmin at night. Look out. Under the covers with Nick Nimmin.
I want to repeat what I said earlier. Hey, Nick, D, love you guys. You guys have been great. Learned a lot from you, and it's not just dry tech. I like that you're entertaining, and you do venture off into Star Wars or whatever else you're talking about. And you guys break things down to simple. You guys have a huge amount of patience that I don't have, because you get the same stupid questions. Over again. Sorry.
Nick has patience. Nick has patience.
I don't have it. I have no children.
That reminds me of Starbucks in Australia.
You guys have the patience to deal with the same basic questions over and over and over and over and over and over again. And you deal with a lot of grace. And I would say, if I had a hat on, I'd take my hat off to you, gentlemen. I think you do a great job.
So Nick, so we've decided we are going to, so Eric Waite is going to be known as Uncle Nimmin. We're going to call him Uncle Eric. He's rocking the beard and the bald head. Uncle Eric.
You got to have at least one drunk uncle.
Uncle Eric, the drunk uncle, right? He's the uncle that was like, hey, hey, I'll come over for Thanksgiving, but is Uncle Eric coming? Like, oh, he is? Oh, man.
Somebody else. Did somebody else join us?
Not yet, no. Oh, yes, they did.
Oh, okay.
Who's down there? Okay. Urban Explorer. Boom. Whoa.
Hey.
How long have you been waiting there for?
How long you been down there, man? I didn't.
I've been chilling, lurking, listening, and basically just waiting to be brought in. Good evening, afternoon.
Hey, Neil, what's up, dude?
Wherever you
are. On his head.
Yeah, only because I've got this going on.
There you go.
Oh, hey, D. Quick setting, dude. Quick setting under your settings, under cam and mic and stuff in the settings. There is a guests. You should check a box that says play a chime when somebody checks in. And that way it'll give you an audible warning that somebody's pulled into your stream.
You know what? It is checked, but I didn't hear it. Did you hear it?
I didn't hear anything. I just saw that thankfully Neil left a message in the private chat. That's what I saw.
Yeah, I see play a sound when guests enter.
Yeah.
But I did not hear a ding. Weird.
If your volume on, well, your volume would be on, because otherwise, how would you hear
That's
us?
so strange.
I might have been at the time.
You were
who knows?
I did notice you did scrape on the crypto channels having a lot of content pulled before.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, I think I went through about, I think it was 4 or 5 days, and in total I think there was 30 videos.
30.
Yeah.
So Neil, where are you at geographically?
Liverpool, England.
Oh, okay. I've been in Liverpool. I was in London this summer, and I was traveling all over Scotland this summer. So
Yeah, well, I'm planning. I'm going to Scotland in just over a week. We were going to the Isle of Skye, but
that's the one place. That's the only place I haven't been to. I've been to Orkney, Isla, Arran, all over the Highlands and Speyside, but I haven't been there. So
yeah, I mean, looking at the weather, the weather in the Isle of Skye for the next 2 weeks is going to be literally just tsunami weather. So we decided to not go to the Isle of Skye, and we're going to do the Scotland, the NC 500. I don't know if you've heard of that. It's a 500-mile trip, and it takes you around from Inverness right the way around the top of Scotland, John O'Groats, and all around the top of where there's no human beings.
Right.
So it's meant to be the jewel of road in the United Kingdom, but Scotland's beautiful anyway. So, and
not just visiting, but seeing the standing stones and the pick stones and the castles and all the rest of it. It just I'm a Californian, but in my heart I'm a Scot. I absolutely love it there.
Oh yeah, no, hey, shout out, man! I'm in California myself. I'm up here near San Francisco.
Dude, I just left there and moved up.
What's going on?
I'm in near Sacramento.
Oh, okay.
Sammy, how's it going, dude?
Yeah, no, I'm in the East Bay, man, but I work in San Francisco on a daily basis.
I grew up in Walnut Creek and living in Sunnyvale before I moved out here.
Oh, nice. Right on, man. That's cool. I didn't realize you were local. Yeah, I'm here, man. I'm also in the Bay Area. So
In the chat, Simply Steph says, sorry, is Nick related to D? He does almost the same thing, like helping YouTubers grow with the easiest way possible, kind of bounce back and forth to learn a lot from Nick. Yeah, Nick is my younger brother.
There you go.
So, yep. There you go.
Stop copying Nick Nim and D.
Yeah.
And I'm the
Stop copying
Yeah.
Dan Nimmin.
There you go.
yeah, there's also a Dan Nimmin that you need to be very wary of as well.
Yeah, so there's a D, there's a Dan, there's a Nick, and now we have Uncle Eric. I love it.
Hey guys, so I got to break out of here real quick, Neil.
All right.
Seeing you, Beanie, Eric.
you,
Good to
man.
talk to you, man. DA, man. Seriously, 2019. Thank you, man. Thank you for everything you and your brother do. But you guys are crushing it, man. And I'm so excited, man. I'm so excited to see where the whole D Nimmin brand ends up next year, man. I'm super excited, dude.
I'm moving into headphones. Look out.
Let's do it, man.
No,
Let's do
it. I'm kidding. Yeah, man. Hey, man. Much love to you and Paloma and your whole family. And then I'll talk to you next year. Have a great New Year's.
All right,
Thanks
dude.
for coming on.
Man. All right, bro.
See you, man.
See you over, Jeff.
So one of the things about being a whiskey tuber and what's different about it is we help each other out.
Sorry, X, what's up?
We're a community. We're on each other's channels. And when someone's new and just getting started, we try to help them out, help people out, give tips. Hey, try this, do this, do this, do this. And one of the biggest things I do is you got to check out Nick Nimmin and check out D Nimmin. I've learned a lot from them. I actually did a video in which I was talking about tips on becoming a whiskey tuber. And one of the big things I push, or my biggest influences, and one of my biggest influences how my channel grow has been you guys. So
thank you, man.
I always give a shout out to you guys.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that a lot. So in terms of your live streaming, you're talking about live streaming, you're out and about. Live streaming from a phone, like if you can either go live from the YouTube app itself, but if you want to get some more manual controls and show pictures on the screen and show videos on the screen, check out the video I did for Prism Live Studio.
Okay.
It's free. It's free. Check it out. Like anytime I'm going live now on my phone, that's what I'm using. It's really good.
I've just started using Ecamm Live when we were being out and about because obviously the van's got Wi-Fi.
So you're taking you mean on your computer?
Yeah, well, I'll run on Mac. Yeah, but
okay.
You can't. OBS wouldn't load in for some reason. Obviously, slobs, you can't use it. So I was weighing up a few things, and I thought, right, Ecamm, no one seems to have a problem with it. Everyone seems to be happy with it. Give it a go. Yeah, it's a paid service, but as we all know, free is not always the best. It's not.
Right. Yeah. Sometimes it's great. Sometimes you get what you pay for.
I will
it's a coin toss.
Yeah, hand on heart, that Ecamm live program was just stunning. It was easy to use, easy to set up. It connected straight away. It was flawless. And coming from slobs, which we've all used slobs and we've all had the slobs nightmares where it's like the button doesn't work or it won't go live. It was nice. It was, especially when you're in the back of a van. And also the thing I like about it is I can connect up the Deity mic and I can connect up me Canon use as a webcam.
Yeah.
So it's really nice. It's hopefully when we go to Scotland, if we can find some sort of a cell service, we'll be going live from somewhere.
That's a challenge. There are a lot of times I wanted to go live. I actually did better on Isla than I did up in the Highlands and Speyside. And you would think, because Speyside is much more of a focus area for whiskey, it'd be better. And Isla is much more remote. But I did find an Isla and couldn't get anything up. And then you have if you're castle in the hotels, the walls are 3 feet thick. That's going to be a bit of a challenge.
Did you go to the Glenmorangie distillery?
Glenmorangie, yeah, I was there last year. Which they're way up there. But in fact, I stayed at the Dornoch Castle when I visited Glenmorangie. And
Was that the one with the peaks?
Yeah,
looks like a fairy tale castle. Yeah, it's very pretty up there. It really is. It's one of them.
We have Jason from Painfully Honest Tech in here. How's it going, Jason?
Oh, good. I gotta shut off the. I was listening to you guys. Now I gotta turn it off. Good morning.
Good morning. How's it going?
Yeah, it's good. It's good. I just got done with my Sunday chores, and so
all right,
getting ready to enjoy the rest of the day. Thought I'd drop in here and say hey to you guys.
Yeah. So we kind of got off track, but we were talking about goals for 2020 with the channels and strategy and that sort of thing, and we went way off the rails. What do you have planned for 2020 with your channel, Jason?
Oh, continued world domination. I don't know. I mean, I've got some small goals. I'm trying not to go like too macro. Like basically, I want to get like views per video up. I want to work on thumbnails. I want to work on titles. I want to get. I have a content strategy that I want to get in place that I'm gonna like try and stay really tight to in terms of how I release the videos and how I cover products and that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. So those are the things that I'm focused on for at least in the beginning of 2020. I mean, it's like 2019 was a weird year for me. On one hand, like I quit my job. Yeah. On the other hand, it wasn't nearly as active a year in terms of like growth and that kind of thing, which, I mean, you can't have a year like that every year. I had a great couple of years in a row, but yeah, so it was just, there's some growing pains like post 100K that I had to go through and some things that I had to learn. So it's been kind of a tough year. So I'm just going to try and like get back to doing the thing.
Did you have anything that you did with your channel in 2019 that you wish you would not have done, or that you would have done differently if given a second chance?
I think well, what I learned was, and I think a lot of Star Wars channels are gonna learn this. A lot of Game of Thrones channels learn this. Like if you are kind of a shock value person who covers a kind of content, and your shock value videos do really well, like you can't lean on that as the thing that you do forever. Mm-hmm. So I really, well, because for one thing, it's boring for me. It's boring for me because it's like if Apple would release a product, I'd have to hate it.
I bought it. I hate it. I'm going to return it. Right.
Yeah. And I mean, the thing is, for the past couple of years, Apple had been doing stuff that was making me ticked off. So that was a natural thing. But this year was like, oh, that's my shtick. That wasn't the intention. So, I kind of tried to branch out, start doing some things that I did before I started covering mostly smartphones. Like I used to cover audio gear a lot more than I did other tech stuff. So I'm bringing some of that back in, and just trying to be more conscious of like making each video, title, thumbnail, content, making it as tight as I can without really trying to overdo it, and then making sure that I have sort of an overarching strategy so I don't become like one note. That was the thing that I was worried about in 2019, was that I'd become
differentiation. Product differentiation, that's the buzzword for it. It's really, really important that you're not always having the exact same thing all the time. You can have a diversified portfolio. But see, I've been Apple all my life. My first one was a SE, But
What's up,
Apple
everybody?
Apple has been taking
Hey, Nicholas, how's it going, man?
dongle for me has become a cuss word.
Dongle.
Yeah, I know.
You dongle.
Yeah. I felt the same way. This year they started to come back toward the consumer a little bit and do things that weren't consumer hostile.
Right.
Agreed.
So Nikki has just joined us.
This is
Am
the
I
first
saying
time
your
we're
name?
meeting each other, man.
Yeah.
First time.
Am I pronouncing your name? Is it Nikias? Am I saying it
Yeah,
correctly?
I mean, people pronounce it differently depending on where people are from. But yeah, Nikias
Okay.
is the way you say it in English. Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure I was pronouncing it correctly. First of all, how was your trip to Bali? I hate that we couldn't connect down there, but how was your trip?
And that was so long ago, but yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
I want to go back so bad. Everything was, like the flight was so expensive, but actually, the day-to-day life is so cheap. It's so awesome. I want to go back.
Okay, second question is you did a complete channel rebrand. You were Apple World, correct? And then you changed it to your name.
Yeah.
Has that worked out for you?
It's worked out for me personally because I'm happier with the content that I'm doing with the rebrand. If that
Okay.
makes sense. So like maybe like before I did a lot of Apple news, for example, and that got me a lot of views. And now maybe I'm doing some more personal stuff, maybe some more vlogs that don't get as many views, but at the end of the day, you have to be happy with the content that you make, you know? And if I'm looking at YouTube with like a long goal, like I want to do this for a lot of years, you got to be happy with the content that you want to make. So right now I'm super happy. I'm kind of a little bit stuck, to be honest, because I'm currently, my goal for this year is to finish college. I have to do an internship to graduate as well. So I have a lot of things going on, plus my app. So I'm just excited to finish college and just dedicate to YouTube full time. Because right now, like my content, I'm not sure, right now I'm sure what to make, but like in the long run, I'm still not 100% sure, if that makes sense.
It seems a lot of us are in that same boat. It's kind of like you know what you want to do, but you're kind of like, yeah, exactly. Which way should I go? Yeah.
And then I also
kind
want
of
to do stuff that gets views as well. Like I can't only think about myself. I have to think about, a little bit about the balance between, both worlds, right? So like one for them and one for me, if that makes sense as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of feel like, at least for me, and maybe it's the same for other people, like YouTube in terms of like how they've served out my content this year has been giving me sort of mixed messages as well. Like some things would do really well, some things that did well before would, and I don't believe in blaming the algorithm, but I'm like trying to read the tea leaves of what the algorithm is looking for and how it reacts to the stuff that I do. And that's tough, and that can be one of those games that drives you insane after a while.
One thing I'll say about this year is I've noticed changing channels and going onto the new channel. I'm getting really good views. I don't know what it is about the content, but I'm getting amazed. The subs aren't coming, but as long as I'm getting the views, it's really good. I'm getting more traction doing this channel than I did doing crypto, which has surprised me because the market's being influxed with van channels.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
Van life is fascinating. I watch all kinds of vans. Like I don't have a van. I dream about. That's the thing. There's a lot of dreamers, right? Like I dream about living in a van, but not forever. But like I would love to take a year or 2 years and just travel living in a van. And I'm probably never going to do that. So I just watch YouTube videos and live through the creators. I even watch like build videos, like how to add a sink to a van. I'm never going to do that, but I find it fascinating.
Yeah, I was watching one yesterday, and there was a couple. They had a bed that it was on rollers, and it basically came out 8 foot out the back of the van, so they could lie under the stars. And it was the ones that annoy me are the people who have got a ridiculous amount of money and just go, right, okay, we've bought a van, they're doing it up for us, and we're going to go on tour. It's like it's not there.
Yeah.
To me, they're not van life channels. It's the people who are starting off with wooden boxes, But it's certainly grown. But I say the views I get, it surprises me on such a new channel getting good views.
Well, congratulations.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And
awesome.
it's also nice to see Jason with the Fab Four sitting behind him as well.
Yeah. You know, they're never too far away.
If you ever need anything regarding the Beatles, mate, just hit me up because I work next door to the cabin. So
Oh, do you? Oh, shoot.
yeah,
I've been to the UK several times and have never made it north to do the Liverpool thing or any of that kind of stuff.
If you ever do
Pilgrimage.
if you ever do, get in touch with me and I'll get you in there on your own.
I'm going to London in 2 days for the New Year's.
Oh,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, right on, man.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be good. Jason, you had a couple of videos going viral last year, right?
I had a few, yeah.
Because I feel like we had like kind of, and D, you can actually give your opinion on this. I don't know, like, what are your thoughts on like viral videos? Like views are great, but then like what happened to me? I had a couple of videos going viral with with the type of content that I'm not usually doing. For example, one of the videos that went viral that had like 1.5 million views was like showing off a really small iPhone, right? And that's not the type of content that I make. So a bunch of people subscribe to a type of content that I never really make. So then the video was making me a lot of money, but I had to delete it because it wasn't helping me. It was actually, the total opposite. It was giving me views and money and subscribers, but subscribers that, that I don't really want in a way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I had the same thing where like the video that really took off for me last year was like the night of iPhone pre-orders. I put out this video. It was just
I'm not pre-ordering the new iPhone, right?
Yeah. And all of a sudden it went crazy. I think it's like at 1.3, 1.4 million views right now.
Wow.
But that was
that's a sexy number.
Yeah. It's and you're right. Like you get an influx of people and some of them expect one thing from you and that's not what you give them. But then again, like the recognition, like the jump that you get overall is a good thing. So I mean, when I made that video, I in no way had the thought in my head that like I'm going to have to live this exactly as I've said it here, or I'm going to get trashed.
Yeah.
So when the iPhone actually came out, I mean, of course, I'm a tech channel. I review phones. I went and I got the phone. I ended up keeping the phone, and it was really a crazy like 4 to 6 weeks where at first I was like, wow, this is incredible, and then I was like, is this all going to fall apart? I mean,
yeah.
At one point. I mean, like last year when I went to Vid Summit, D, I was like,
oh, there it was. There was.
Sorry.
I'm kidding. Hey, our mom does it. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, I know. My brother's name is Justin, and we used to get it all the time too. So, but I had just gone through this thing where I had made a video saying I was going to keep the iPhone because after getting it, I liked it. And, being painfully honest tech, that was a video that I would make. But in the course of doing that, I ended up losing like 2,000 subscribers in a few days. And having just like had this big explosion where I went over 100K and I was kind of moving along. And then this happened. I was like, are the wheels falling off? Like, is this like now going to go in the opposite direction? So and I think coming into the new year, coming into 2019, there was an expectation from me to continue to be exclusively that guy.
Yeah.
And like, I didn't want to exclusively be that guy. So
it's tough.
Yeah.
It's really tough.
So,
and yeah, go ahead.
I mean, it's a mixed blessing. I mean, it sounds completely disingenuous to hear somebody say like, "Oh, well, I got 1 million something views, and it's a mixed blessing." But it was.
It is. But it is. Totally, it can be. Yeah.
It totally put me in a position where I certainly wasn't. I hadn't, quote unquote, grown to that position. Suddenly I was just someplace else.
Yeah.
But I still thought of my channel as like I'm the guy who has like 50, 60,000 viewers or whatever, So it was tough. Like this year was mostly about adjusting to that life, and there were good things and there were bad things about it.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people think that, getting a million views is awesome, but I'd rather have, we have the same subscriber count. I'd rather have 50,000 views, 30,000 views in every single one of my videos.
Exactly. Yeah.
Than a million views. And that's really, really hard to get. With a technical special
group that's following you.
What, sorry?
So if you have consistently 30, 50,000, it's not just the numbers, it's that you have a core group that's following you. It's more or less the same people watching rather than people influx coming and going.
Yeah. And that number is grows more slowly, I guess.
Right.
I think right now, like, YouTube is giving us a lot more information about who's hit the subscribe button and hit the bell and who like got all notifications and that kind of stuff. And I think I'm somewhere around 35,000 people who are in that group, but they don't all show up for every video. So it's like I'm still trying to engage new viewers, still trying to grow and find new things for that people want to learn about or know about or hear me talk about. But it's one of those things where it's really hard to know at a certain point.
And that's where personality really comes in, because for a tech channel, for example, you're reviewing. Like I can subscribe to a channel because I saw a review on Beats, and then the channel uploads the next day a video about cool Apple Watch apps.
Right.
And you're not going to watch the video because of the Apple Watch apps because you were interested in this. But if your personality is like really outgoing or like different, or maybe you relate, that's where it's king. And maybe that's where we should really be focusing this year. And I know, Jason, you get crazy with your intros and you're so fun, and we're going to get there.
Yeah.
I love Jason's intros so much.
I mean, sometimes he gets so crazy. I'm like,
painfully honest.
Click on the video just to look at the intro.
It hurts.
Yeah, I mean, I get a lot of like, dude, you're so cringy. You're so cringy, man. Why don't you stop doing that?
No, it's great though. That's your thing, right?
So
that's your thing. Like,
Zach is also getting like that too.
Gene said that about Peter McKinnon.
What's
Peter
that?
McKinnon is so awesome. He could video himself sitting on the loo, pinching a loaf, and I would watch it.
I would watch it.
Great videographer. It doesn't matter what he puts out. Cleaning the garage,
It's a personality, right? It's a personality. It doesn't matter what he does.
Right.
I've made some of the mistakes I made on my channel, and I keep making them. But so here's the thing. I love dark mode. Like dark mode, everything, just turn everything black. I just love it. So anytime I make a dark mode video, like I haven't hit like a viral video, but my top video is getting ready to hit 1 million views soon. It's a dark mode video. But like the people who come in for like how to turn on dark mode for this app, those videos do really well. But those people don't want anything else to do with my channel. They don't buy, they don't click on links. They don't buy anything. They don't go anywhere else. They just they came to do that one thing, and then they leave. But I keep making the videos. Like I know what it's doing, and I technically, I appreciate that they come, and I do it because I love dark mode. But I know they're not really adding any value to the channel. So yeah, I find myself in the same situation. It's like, I want to do this video, but I know it's going to bring people in that I don't really need. But here you are.
Well, it's that whole thing, like the
What's up, Tana?
Hub, hero, and help videos.
Right, right.
So if you make 3 different kinds of videos, like the hero videos are the ones that get big views, right? And then the hub videos are the ones that you build community off of. And then the help videos are another way to bring more people in. And so if you're making a how to turn on dark mode video and 1 million people watch it, a good portion of those 1 million people aren't going to show up again, but you've grown your base regardless. And so the people who stick around for the hub videos,
So I got a question for the group. So my channel is this big compared to you guys' channels. I got a little over 4,000. But it's a small demographic. It's older age and so forth. But my core group is about 15% of the total. What would you estimate is your if you know what is the percentage you think would be of your core group in comparison to your total subscribers?
Can we define core group first? Because I feel like
the people who are always showing up. They're gonna show up. They're gonna watch. They're the faithful followers, you might say. Do you know, or can you tell?
I think there's
I'd
actually
say-
an analytic on
It's
the
because
actual,
like
You can
for
get that
me-
via analytics. It does show you what percentage of your subscribers. I mean, I know with my huge 330 subscribers, I get about 80% of them watching every video. You know,
I'm about
Right.
I average between 13 and 15% of my subscribers watching the video. All the rest are non-subscribers.
yeah, I
If
get
that's how you want to gauge it.
I get good subscriber view time, but it's only a new channel. It's only 230 subscribers. So, you know, in the grand scheme of things, if it was, you know, by the time Vid Summer comes around next year and I'm at 300,000 subscribers, you know, what will it be then? Will it change? It's what I had this conversation with Christina yesterday, because it was like, you do look at people and you go, why is it 97% of my audience are not subscribed to me? How do I get them to subscribe? And I think it all just basically goes back to personality. It goes back to who you are. People don't subscribe to a channel now for just subscribe for information, but I think the majority of people subscribe for a person. They subscribe because they like that person, because they either just because they come across the way they do.
I
You
think
have to
that's- I think
really
that's it.
impress me. You have to really impress me in order to get me to subscribe. Like I'll watch a video, but like if you didn't just wow me or just give me something where I just can't get anywhere else, I'm probably not going to subscribe. Like unless I know you, unless I've talked to you or something like that. But just a
Well, they
random
say it
creator on this
takes-
platform. Yeah.
or unless you have a really epic intro like Jason,
Yeah, painfully honest.
You should see my info, my intro numbers though. It's like it just like goes straight down. So there's definitely some people clicking off down to about 70%. But
Intros can be great, but they can also be the crux of a channel as well. Because I took my intro off, which is only a few seconds long, and I shortened it down to like 2 seconds, and I noticed that drop off didn't happen. You know, and I'm talking like a 8-second intro.
Yeah,
And it was nice drone footage. It was the van. It was pretty, but people just didn't like it.
yeah. I did the whole Aussie thing. I did the whole, g'day folks, I'm Beanie now, Beanie Drawers, and now I don't even bother. I'm just like straight into the thing.
Yeah, I mean, even asking people to subscribe now, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing I'm not doing the beginning of the video where you go, don't forget, if you want this, join, subscribe. I'll mention it maybe a couple of times in the video, but I've now come to the point where I enjoy making videos, so I'm just going to make them. If they want to subscribe, they know where the bell, they know where the button is. People aren't stupid.
Well, I'll do it.
I've been trying to be better.
I do it silently at the beginning where there's a little thing that pops up, but then I'll do it verbally at the end. So people aren't getting smacked in the face with, give me this, but they can do a little teeny in the corner. And then at the end, if you watch this far, you're going to probably want to subscribe.
Yeah, that's basically what I've done. I mean, only talking to a couple of people, mainly V-Guard. I spoke to V-Guard about it, Christina and a couple of other people, and it was just a general consensus. People know where the subscription button is. They know how to subscribe to a channel. We don't need to. I think a lot of channels, they beg too much, and they do. It's every 30 seconds. It's, don't forget, there's a button down there. Press it. Subscribe if you want to keep up with the videos. We know we're not stupid.
I've done a lot for my videos. I've done a lot of testing in terms of how I ask people to subscribe, different sorts of graphics, and when I put them in, I found no difference whatsoever in terms of, it seems for me, it's topic based. Some topics bring in a ton of subscribers, some barely bring in any. Doesn't matter how I actually do my call to action. But that's just me. That's my audience,
I think cleverly.
I'm all of you. I'm gonna leave.
Okay, you're out. Hey, thanks for coming in.
Yeah.
Have a good, safe trip to London, and Happy New Year's, and have an awesome 2020, man.
See you next year, everybody.
See you.
This 2020. Peace.
Peace out, man.
Yeah, I think like Eric said, cleverly done. I mean, Peter McKinnon does it without he does it without you even knowing he's done it.
Yeah.
It's that type of style of subscribe, but
done it. You done it without even know. That's how you end up behind a dumpster doing something you don't want to do. Like,
Yeah,
what am I doing again?
when you realize you've pressed that subscription button, but you didn't know you were doing it. It's kind of, it's just, I think it needs to be a common thing for people not to be begging for subscribers. And I mean, Mike Phillips has just said there in the chat, there is some people that don't know that you can subscribe to a channel. There is, but there's also a lot of people that know they can just subscribe.
Yeah.
So just do it cleverly. It's
Yeah, I think it's important to have that out there. Like I kind of do what Eric does. I have a much quicker thing and a couple of graphics, and then I get into it a little bit more in detail toward the end of the video. But I think one thing that happens is when you're doing videos and you want to start getting some consistency, you build a script, and you work off that script so that you don't have to worry about like the whole structure of the thing. So I know I built my script off of my intro and what I say to get into the video, and then my outro have been the bookends that help me kind of like learn.
Jason, so do you just have the bookends on script, or do you do all the entire video on script? Do you do the
85% of my videos are completely scripted.
Oh, really? I would have never guessed that. You sound really natural when you communicate.
Thanks. I mean, I write basically essays, like 1,000 to 2,000 word essays, and then I read them from a teleprompter.
This is a gentleman who has too much time on his hands.
I mean, I'm a writer. That's my background is writing and stuff like that. So it helps me put my thoughts together, and it helps me just kind of like. It helps me just kind of.
I've tried the teleprompter, and for me, it does. I mean, I'm dyslexic. I've got phonetic dyslexia, and I can't understand my own writing. So I tried it when I was doing crypto stuff, and I type it all out so I can understand it how I spell, because Dee's noticed in chat sometimes it's a mess.
I've learned how to read Neil.
It's like a language of its own. I mean, yeah, I'm from Liverpool. We do speak strange, but the teleprompter thing, I can't even read my own writing. It's a disgrace. So I just kind of go with the flow now. Clever editing.
For the technical portion of my videos, when I'm giving history or I'm talking about location and production and that kind of a thing of a distillery or winery, that part I script, but then the rest of it's sort of free. I've learned to shorten it down. I used to do like 20 minutes. Now I get them down to about 15 and get them tighter and with more energy and faster pace to it. But one of the biggest mistakes I made in the beginning is you look at the format of a television show, how they do an intro, they have your television show, and then you have your credits, which no one watches credits. In a TV show, or some of us watch the credits of the movies, but I was sort of following the format, of a intro to a movie, long credits at the end, and then there's the content in between. Okay, that's why they do TV. That's the way they do movies. Therefore, that should be the way I do YouTube. No, completely different thing. Don't follow the format of television or movies when you're doing your channel. But I had to learn to not do it that way.
I think it depends on the channel as well. I mean, I know for the guys who are doing tech, they've got to give out information that it's key to the video. I mean, I'm in essence just some idiot walking around a van doing stupid things. So for me, the more off cuff, like bizarre things, I mean, some of them are the funniest things I do, they just happen naturally. But the tech guys, I can see where like Jason and Dee and people like that, because there will be that person in the chat or in your comment section that will point out the fact that you're wrong. So if you're not scripting some of this stuff, you're leaving yourself wide open for criticism, I think.
Hey, Jason.
It's gonna come anyways.
It's coming one way or the other. When you do your live streams, Jason, when you do your video podcast, do you script much of that? You have show notes, or are you winging that?
Usually, when I go through and find like a couple of 2-3 news topics that have been interesting, either like big news that's happened that week, or a couple of interesting things that aren't, big, but will help fill time. But that stuff I don't script at all. So like I should script the intro a little bit more so I can get used to it, but I haven't done that yet. It's funny because when I script my videos, when I script my regular videos, I do not script the intro and the outro stuff.
Oh, okay.
But I write the middle part.
Right.
The beat.
And
You write the meat.
yeah, and the thing is, like, it's the teleprompter thing took a long time to get comfortable doing, and I try to get it to the point where I'm teleprompter, but I'm not like reading necessarily word for word. There'll be some parts that I read word for word, but I might just be sort of taking the idea, knowing what it is, and then going from there, and then picking it up later on. So there's a lot of stop and start with the teleprompter, but I like it that way, just because, like, I know if I write 2 pages in Google Docs, just like the standard way that it's set up, if I write 2 pages, that's about 15 minutes of footage and about an 8 to 9 to 10 minute video. So I just kind of know what I'm going to have, and it's helpful to me.
Yeah, I tried a script early on. I was terrible at it. So now I bullet points. I just get a piece of paper, take a Sharpie, write down the bullet points, and then just, make sure I hit those bullet points during the video. Terrible at scripting.
Is Beanie a cold, by the way?
What's that?
I don't know whether you had like a chest infection or a cold, because I've not heard you speak once.
Hey, Andrew Can, how's it going? Andrew says he scripts the TubeBuddy videos, and on my personal, I script, but I use it as more of a guide. Most of the time, I change half of it. Okay. Yeah.
I script most of my stuff now, because unless I'm actually doing a tutorial, which I haven't done in a while, but if I'm doing I tend to forget what I'm saying halfway through I'm saying it. So if I'm like, trying to narrate what I've done, and I'm just like, oh, well, what was I talking about? So it's basically I type down what I want to say, because now I'm not even like describing what's going on the actual screen. Now I'm just telling a story while the actual picture is going on. So I'm just like, all right, these are the points that I wanted to talk about, and I'm like, if I forget what I'm talking about, then just re-record, just read what I'm doing, go, okay, this is what I want to say, yada yada yada. Listen back on the headphones. If it sounds a bit stupid, then I re-record it, and I just then I can sort of, it's almost like kind of like performing singing in a way where, like, if it sounds a little bit too slow or a bit too sad, or like, if it sounds more upbeat, then like that's where I find scripts a lot easier nowadays.
The new way you're doing your videos, I absolutely love it. I love the way. I just love the way you're doing them now. Like the speed run and just talking us through it, rather than like the old way. That, and I know you've recently just changed the way you're doing them, but the new way that your videos are coming out, and the new way you're doing them, I love them, to the point where I watch one and then I instantly want another one. Not that I didn't, but I find myself wanting more, because it's like, wow, that was awesome. Give me another one. Give me another one. I know your content. You can't. It's hard to do, but no, that was the best decision. I think that was a was that a Canon D Nimmin got you around the back of an alleyway and told you off one day?
Something like that.
It was
me and Andrew.
It was like a Mexican restaurant in Melbourne.
Yeah. I think Andrew Can and Nick and myself, we let him have it. Listen, gentlemen, it's 1 a.m. where I am, so I need to wrap this up. I want to thank you guys for coming on, and I want to wish all of you a very happy New Year's and an awesome 2020. Whatever your goals are, whatever you are going to crush, good luck with it.
Thanks, man.
Let's go around. Let's go around the room real quick, and you guys want to let everybody know, in case somebody's not familiar with you in the chat. Beanie, what's your channel about, and how can they find you?
Beanie Draws. I draw dinosaurs. Just type it in Google, you'll find me.
All right, Uncle Nimmin, Eric.
Whiskey Studies. I also have an AA group. We usually meet the day after I post a video.
All right. Thank you, Andrew Can, for the super chat. Much appreciated. Jason.
My name's Jason. Run a channel called Painfully Honest Tech. Tech so honest it hurts. That pretty much describes it.
And can I please, my Christmas present, all I'm asking, can you do your intro real fast for me here on my channel? Can I just zoom in on you and you just let me have it?
Sure. Okay, let me center myself.
All right, center.
Hey there, friends on YouTube. My name is Jason, sometimes known as the JTL. This is Painfully Honest Tech. Tech so honest it hurts. If this is your first time here, blah 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 blah.
I love that. I love it. You can feel the grit in your teeth when you do that. So it hurts. It's a pain. Yeah, it's a painful. That's what honest it hurts. Sorry.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. I mean, I sometimes I go like way crazy. Sometimes I'm a little bit more calm. Yeah. You know.
Yeah.
It depends. It depends on the day.
Yeah. That's what I love. Yeah, because it's not like the exact same. Sometimes you'll hold it. Sometimes you grit your teeth just a little bit more. It's always a little bit different. I love it. Neil?
Basically, Van Life channel in the UK, where I'll take you all around the UK to some of the most strangely bizarre, beautifully unexotic places. And I also teach you how to build vans.
Yeah, very cool. All right, guys. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate it, and have an awesome, safe 2020. Where did the year go? Where did the decade go? Right?
I know.
Well,
damn, I feel old. Man.
Yep.
2020, all clear vision for next year.
See you next decade.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks again. Have an awesome one. To everyone who hung out, thanks for hanging out with us and listening to us chat about all sorts of things. Be sure to give us a thumbs up on the way out if you had a good time. Give us a thumbs down if you didn't have a good time. The engagement's all the same to me. And you guys have an awesome, safe New Year's. Have an awesome 2020, and we'll see you on the flip side. And wow, this is the last stream of the year.
I know.
Cheers, guys.
Thanks for having me.
Cheers.